Hello, everyone. Azen with UNA Esports here, and we're back at it again with our Lauderdale County Overwatch tournaments. Day 2 this time, and our first match, we're going to kick it off with Lexington 1 versus Wilson 2. Some familiar faces that we saw in our last day. Sadly, we didn't get many matches in that day, as we're going to be getting in this day, but there's some few key figures I want to talk about, because I'm sure everyone's curious. Last time, we saw some familiar faces like Beater, Recon Dust, iShot, Copy Paste. Wilson 2 we actually saw, I believe, play last time as well. So we've seen them play before. However, we haven't seen the majority of Lexington 1 play. And I'm very curious as to how this is going to handle out. Our map rotation today is, I believe, Ilios, Eichenwald, and Mbani, if I remember correctly. 1 second, and I'll check that for us. Route 66. It's Ilios, Hollywood, and Route 66. I was off by a long shot. However, either way, we do have a decent map rotation up, which allows for a varied amount of comps here. If I had to guess, we're probably going to see something more divey on Ilios. However, that also depends on the flexibility of each team. iShot is normally on Wilson 1, and so is Easton. So I'm very curious to see how they're going to play here. Those have been some fairly good figures in our last match. iShot was devastating to the enemy team, despite still, I believe, their team losing. So, as for Lexington 1, I don't think we have seen too much of them. We did see Beater on the Lucio last time, and we saw Recon on Zen and on Reinhardt. We did see some pretty good plays from both of them. Beater getting a double kill on Li Jiang, which honestly was, I think, the highlight of that match for both teams. But either way, that was playing for Lexington 2, and they lost, actually, to Wilson 2, if I remember correctly. No, they lost to Rogers, so... But I'm very curious to see what we're going to run today and how it's all going to play out. And now we're just waiting for the stream to actually fully start. I forget that you guys can't see the screen that I see, so forgive me. Yes, it is Ryan. I can see I have the Twitch chat pulled up as well, so I can read some messages. But it just depends, because my quality is really bad. We should be starting here in just a second. Right now, they're getting everything set up role-wise and making sure everything's good to go. We have Fortified and Purdy on Lexington Tank, Recon and Spirit on DPS, and Beater and Princess Ray on support. And as for Wilson 2, we have Caitlyn and Easton, I believe, on Tank, Copy Paste, and Wolfbox on DPS, and Spots for Matt and iShot on support. I think, actually. Huh. Yeah, alright. That's pretty interesting, actually. iShot was pretty cracked on DPS the last time we saw him play, and I'm very curious as to why they're putting him on support here. But I assume it looks like their comp is actually going to be swapped up quite a bit. So I'm very curious as to how it's going to handle. And here we go. We're hopping into the match. And like I said, the first map is Ilios, so we're going to see a lot of good plays here. Hopefully they're going to play around Well. It looks like Well is going to be the first map. So if I had to guess, we're going to see a Hog and possibly a Lucio here. Let's see. We have about 23 seconds before the match starts. Hopefully my mic isn't doing too bad. Oh, wait a second. I wonder if my match is... I wonder if I'm using the wrong mic. Hold up. I may actually be using the wrong mic. I am using the wrong mic. That would be correct. Okay, here we go. Alright, yeah, there we go. Like I said, we do see the Hog and the Lucio coming from Lexington. Is my mic working? There we go. It's having some issues, it looks like. But either way, we do see the Hog and the Lucio coming off of Lexington. We also see it as well for Wilson, so it looks like they know what they're doing here when it comes to working as a team. They know the map picks, and they know what they need to run here in order to win the point. Purdy immediately goes in, disrupts Lexington. Or disrupts Wilson immediately. And Lexington trying to be engaged. Fortified with the kill on Easton immediately. Purdy goes in, trying to do some damage. And it looks like Fortified just immediately takes out, and Wilson's down one immediately.
Reaper gets in the back line, try and take out Bastion, and it looks like Hog is going to try and go around and counter that, but Wilson, the Reaper actually gets out. And Hanzo goes down as well, a Fortified. It looks like we're already seeing some insane plays thanks to Lexington here. He's trying to get even more, but it looks like he manages to lose that one on the Reaper there. And Wilson can do nothing but back up here. Fortified doing his best. Purdy again, I mean, the Hammond here just doing so much poke damage and allowing for perfect comps. Fortified hitting that hog hook again. Wilson's trying to push in as best they can. Easton here flanking on the left side. Wonder what he's going to do with that. Wolf does end up getting Mercy on Wilson's side, however, doesn't do anything with it. It doesn't look like they can do much to here. Purdy takes down 2. Easton's about to go down. Wolf trying to take out Fortified. And he does manage to secure that kill. Alrighty. Pierce again getting Wolfbox and then getting Ice Shot as well. Again, we see the nice plays coming from Lexington here. Alrighty. And Wilson, again, unable to engage. They swapped up to Bastion here for copy-paste. And they're doing everything they can. Copy-paste gets cooked again by Fortified. He just keeps getting environmental kills. Reaper goes in on Ana. Manages to not do too much. Hog again trying to get another hook. Hog gets Sigma. Secures another kill. He's doing everything he can. Pierce or Beater getting another boop. And Ash throws in Bob. They're doing everything they can to prevent Wilson from doing anything. Purdy takes out spots for Matt. And Recon gets out Caitlyn on a mech. There's nothing Wilson can do here. The team synergy coming from Lexington, absolutely insane. Spirit does secure the kill on Ice Shot. Purdy takes out copy-paste. Beater gets out Easton, and it looks like we're going to see an overwhelming amount of competition here from Lexington. They really are aiming for that win here. And now we're on, I believe this is Lighthouse, correct? I believe so. Anyways, with 23 seconds to go until the match starts one more time, it looks like we're not going to see too many changes yet. Kaylin on Diva, Easton on Sig. It looks like Wolf swaps from Reaper over to Soldier. However, I'm not sure that's going to do too much with how much just damage potential Lexington had. Even though they had an off-meta tank setup, they still were doing so much damage. Fortified does swap from the Hog to Reinhardt, and Recon goes from Ashe to McCree. So it looks like they're going to have a pretty good comp here, pretty competent comp here in terms of countering Wilson. Wilson's very, very grouped up, whereas Lexington is very split. Immediately, we have Fortified pushing in, taking down copy-paste. Beater getting another push off onto East and off the map. Fortified takes down Mercy, and it looks like, again, there's no competition on Lexington's side against Wilson. Or no competition on Wilson's side against Lexington. Wolf manages to take out Recon, but it's too late. His entire team's down, and they can't do anything but back up. And it looks like Lexington does secure the pick again. Spirit still staying up top, aiming for those picks, but so much pressure from Soldier, and there's not much they can do. And we are back into a 6v6 here. Wilson's very hesitant to engage. Bastion just putting off so much damage onto the enemy team here. And Pert going in again and just distracting them so much. Fortified gets another charge on this Wolfbox, completely disabling any push that Wilson was going to have here. Spirit again taking down Easton, and Caitlyn pushing in behind them to try and take them out. Pert continues to push in. Looks like Wilson again is going to be staggered. Reinhardt again gets copy-paste, and it looks like we're just going to see an overall no competition on Wilson's side. Lexington's just doing way too much work here. They're playing way too well. And the amount of damage that Lexington's outputting as well. Caitlyn gets demech'd here. There's not much she can do unless she focuses on Bastion. Pert goes in with the ult, but however, he gets taken out by Easton. Pert does and manages the kill on Easton, however. Spirit takes down Caitlyn. Looks like, again, Wilson's going to be prevented from going in at all. They're doing everything they can to stall, but The team play from Lexington's just absolutely insane here. Spirit's wanting to go and touch. Or Wolf was wanting to go touch here. He gets taken down. iShot does get the kill off on Beater, which means they are 1-for-1 here. Ryan charges in, fails to secure any picks. Pert goes in, boops them all up one more time. Fortified slap, he goes down. Ray goes down. It looks like we do see some competition here from Wilson. However, Beater hits off a fat beat there. It looks like Wilson's going to pop a lot of ults they have here to try and win this. And Lexington's doing everything they can. Spirit trying to get those kills, however, just failing to secure anything. Easton pops ult, yet fails to secure anything as well. Ryan gets a fat ult here, and there's 4 down, 5 down, 3 go down. Oh my gosh. Fortified again. If they get back in time, they may be able to actually stall this before take this over, but not likely with Princess going down there. A little bit too late. That's fine, however. Pert goes in, does a little bit more boop damage. Easton almost hits the rock on him, but fails just by an inch. Pert again trying to do that poke damage. Recon failing to secure any hits here, any extra damage. Easton misses his rock, and Pert goes in with all on the point, secures copy-paste. McCree's flanking around left side, Pob's ult. How many does he get? He gets booped off before he can secure anything, gets down. He does manage to get Caitlyn's mech, actually. And they are equal here. Oh, well, maybe not. Yes, no, Lexington seems to be losing here. They're losing their footing just a little bit. But hopefully they can get out. However, Princess and Spirit both go down. Lucio does manage to get out, however, it looks like. Pert again going in for that damage. He boops 3 into air, backs out one more time. They have the synergy here to just keep pushing in. However, Wilson now has a footing on the point. And there's not much they can do. There's not much Lexington's able to do again. It looks like the tides have turned just a little bit. We don't see any. We only have 1 ult up on Lexington's side, and that would be Mercy's Valk, opposed to 3 up for Wilson. Ryan pushes in, fails to secure any picks, and they use trans. They really want to engage here, and Sig has ult one more time, secures the pick on Mercy. Fortified manages to get copy, however, he goes down, and there's not much again they can do. They're down 2. Beater, that wasn't Beater, that was iShot. iShot does hit another ult, saving his team. Caitlyn pushes in the ult. Sig's doing everything he can to prevent the push, and it looks like Lexington may lose the point here. Pert does manage to secure spots, but fails to touch point in time. And it does seem like we're seeing some competition here, going back and forth. We didn't see much of that on the first point. However, it looks like Wilson's gained their footing just a little bit. My voice hurts. I never thought how much this would toll on that. Alrighty. I'm curious what we're going to see different here. They didn't swap up too terribly much on Lexington's side. However, Wilson did. We see copy-paste on Hanzo. Wolf back on the Reaper. I believe he swapped there towards the end of that last round. And they are running the Zen Lucio, so they have very low heals compared to Lexington. Although Lexington doesn't have too much better either, because they have 2 solo target and Lucio, of course. And they don't have much of a comp for that. Immediately, they're trying to push straight to point, but their team's very scattered. That does seem to be the one thing Wilson's better at than Lexington here, is the fact that Wilson knows how to play as a team. Diva is a little bit slow getting to point, and Lexington's trying to push, but they're both just staying on the choke side of each side. Reaper's on the flank on left of Lexington. He Fortified fails to get the pin. Recon goes down to copy, and Wilson has everything they need to push here. Pert's trying to do damage. Fortified nearly goes down. Copy-paste, looking for Pert, but manages not to secure anything. Fortified goes down. Princess does manage to resurrect Recon, so it is still a 5v6. However, there's not too much damage being dished out on the Lexington side of things. There's just not much they can do. And again, we do see Wilson secure the point finally after a long fight. Pert's doing everything he can to deal as much damage as possible. However, the comps just do not call for it. Sigma staying in the front line. Pert does get a point off on the entirety of spawn. Nearly takes out one of them, I believe. iShot throws out ult. Fortified goes down. Easton looking for as much damage as he can deal out, but there's not much he can do here with Ball pushing him all over the place. Ball knocks 3 into the air one more time. Per has so much damage potential here, but just can't seem to secure any picks anymore. It probably would be a little bit more beneficial whenever they can swap out. And Lexington doesn't have what they need to push. They're down 2. Fortified goes in, but he's going to go down. I was right. And again, Lexington just failing to get ground on them again. Sigma pops in, only catches Bastion. Bastion's half, but fails to go down. And it seems, again, like I said, Lexington just can't get their footing down. It's clear they need to make some swaps, but I'm not sure they know what to swap to. We see Reaper trying to flank around. Spirit tries to get picks, secures 1, spots for Matt. Copy-paste takes down 2, however, managing to prevent Lexington from pushing. And again, I feel like Bastion's not the play here. Ryan fails to secure anything thanks to Sigma's shield. Really nice shield by Easton there. And again, I think the part of the reason is just Spirit's being countered. He can't set up. He has the Hanzo and the Reaper constantly flanking him. Wolf does have ult here, waiting to see it. Princess not moving. Wilson is down 1 here. However, it doesn't like they're going to lose any more thanks to the amazing ult by iShot. Caitlyn does get and Spots pops his ult as well. Pops trans. They're still down 1 with Hanzo on the way back. That was an amazing trans by Spots. Prevented any more damage from dishing out. And it looks like their entire team's back. However, Fortified with a 3k shatter takes down 1. Recon gets iShot. Fortified takes out Caitlyn. Recon again gets copy and 5 go down. Is it a team wipe? Easton uses all, but it looks like he's probably going to get canceled out with a kill here, and it looks like it's going to be a team wipe. He does manage to secure Fortified. However, that's going to be all before he has to back up, and Lexington does manage to secure the point. Princess does get the ult off on, or the res off on Fortified, and it is going to be a 6v6 this next fight. Hurt pops ult in the back of them, preventing any kind of push from the right side. Nearly manages to demet Caitlyn over there. Hanzo top left. Recon manages to secure a kill on Wolfbox. Pert's still annoying them from the back. He's just... Pert, honestly, the amount of damage Hammond is able to procure here is absolutely insane. However, there's no finishing potential. Copy-paste does take down Beater, and that's going to allow for Wilson to push. They take down Spirit and Ray both. Fortified manages to secure Copy. However, I think that's going to be it before he's going to go down himself. I was right. And Pert here can stall for just a second. However, the amount of damage that Wilson's dealing out probably isn't going to allow him to stall for too terribly long. Beater does manage to make it back to point. Caitlyn doing everything she can to take out that ball. And we see the ult straight from Spawn from Recon. What does security think of Spots had not got his ult? And we do see Wolf trying his hardest to build ball. Copy throws ult into the middle of their choke, takes down 2. Copy goes down to Wolf. Pert tries to hold, pushes up 4, gets his ult one more time. Rhino gets canceled when it would have been 4 people. And it looks like that may be the end of the match. If only they can take down Pert again. And that is the end of the first match against Ilios. Wilson, too, does manage to take the point despite the synergy that came from Lexington on the first point. The main problem there is they just were not swapping. We saw characters almost the entire... Honestly, it worked really well for the first point when they had what they needed. However, once Wilson learned what they were doing and how to counter it, honestly, Wilson had it in the bag. We could have seen a much more diverse game, though, had they swapped sooner. On both sides of the team, I can already spot potential MVPs of the game. And honestly, moving over for Lexington, either going to be Beater or Fortified or Pert. There's those 3. I can't narrow that down just yet. Purdy, the Hammond wasn't securing too many picks by himself. However, the amount of damage and disruption he was managing to secure, throwing them into the back line, absolutely insane. If only they had a little bit of ending and kill-taking potential, they could have used his skills a little bit better than they had. As for Fortified, he did fluff up some of his ults. However, he hit quite a few good shatters there. As for Beater, I think it's pretty certain as to why. He had some really good beats, really good boops, really good kills. You know, I think it's fairly tied as to MVP on Lexington. However, with Wilson too, it's a kind of a tough match. I didn't have my eyes too much on them. However, Wolfbox with his alts, and I believe it was either iShot or Spots for Map with their alts, I've got to give supports their love. Damage, their alts can absolutely change the tide of a fight. And Spots for Matt, if that was their Zen, they were pulling off their alt every single team fight, despite from Purdy. And there wasn't much. However, it does look like we're going to. So it's going to be just a second. And they're swapping up roles and maps. The next map that we're going to see is going to be Hollywood. And we are going to run the Halloween version, obviously, in mood of the spirit of the holiday. We're going to see Fortified and Pert, I believe, on Tank. No, Pert and Recon are swapping. So it looks like we're going to see Pert on DPS and Recon on Tank. So I'm very interested to see where this is going to lead them. We've seen Recon play Rhine once before on the Wilson or the Rogers versus Lexington 2 game. However, Fortified was playing a very nasty Hog, so I'm very curious as to what Fortified and Recon can do together had they comboed that together. As for Pert, I'm not entirely sure what he's going to play on DPS side. It doesn't look like they're going to have many more changes. And there's not many more changes on the teams other than that. Now we're just waiting for the matches to start. However, I would love to see any potential MVP candidates in the chat and why you guys think so. Why you think they should be MVP of the match. That will ultimately be up to me, but I'm very curious. Mute stream in background. I didn't even know I had the stream on. That's kind of funny if you could. Either way, it was so cool. So, either way, we saw some. Not much to talk about right now. However, I'm very curious as to if we're going to see anything. iShot best Lucio. Honestly, you know, iShot did do really good on support, and I am thoroughly surprised. His DPS game, from what I've seen, is really good. However, compared to Spots for Matt and Beater, not sure he really stands up against them very well. Beater's alt and Spots for Matt's alt were... Actually, no, iShot did have some really good beats there that saved the point for them. So maybe I shouldn't write him off too. Any comments on the tanks for Wilson? So, last match we saw Caitlyn and Easton. The only thing I noticed was for the majority of the time they were running something that was a little bit off meta. They were running Sig and D.Va, which if you're going to have a D.Va, you're either going to want a Winston or a Rhine. I'm not too familiar seeing it with a Sigma. And if you're going to have a Sigma, you're going to want usually a Hog, sometimes a Winston, and usually a secondary tank, secondary shield tank. So I'm very, very surprised that worked out as well as it did. Especially with the more unified alt comp or tank comp that we saw with Lexington. Hammond and Reinhardt is not too common. However, I have seen it quite a lot in my elo, and I know it can work quite well. So, very interesting. It reminds me a lot of Lexington 2 versus Rogers from day one. They were running, I believe, Orisa D.Va, if I remember correctly, which is very interesting. So, maybe we'll see that again. It looks like one team is ready, wondering if Wilson is. And we will be hopping into this match soon. Alrighty. It looks like we will be starting momentarily. New bronze meta. You know, honestly, with how well it worked, I'm very surprised. Both teams played extraordinarily well. However, once Wilson got their foothold, Lexington did kind of crumble because of how well Wilson started doing against them. However, I have hope. I'm very curious as to how good this match is going to be. We will see momentarily, with 21 seconds on the clock until the match starts. We couldn't find a secondary caster, Arcades, if you're wondering why I'm alone. The other guy that I worked with earlier, Isaac, he was not available today, so it looks like it's just going to be me. With the match starting on the Lexington side, we will see Fortified and Recon on a much more meta comp, the Ryan Zarya. And on defense, that can be very vital. One more time, we're going to see the Sig and Diva on Wilson's side, which did work for them in the first point. However, with how aggressive they're going to have to be if they want to win this point, may not work too well here. Purdy and Spirit both on decently picked DPS. Something very basic from Spirit with the Soldier, and we see something a little bit more unique with Purdy on the Echo. Echo Mercy here has very high potential considering the amount of range they can get. On Wilson's side, we see Copy and Paste doing, and Wolfbox doing what they were used to with the Hanzo and the Reaper, so I'm very curious to how that's going to play out. And again, spots for Matt and I shot on a very meta comp with the Mercy Ana, whereas Beater and Princess Ray are again on the Lucio Mercy. I wonder if they're going to swap that up here, because if Beater maybe went Ana, may have a little bit better luck than they did before. However, the speed boost does help them engage very quickly. Lexington is holding very far up. Wolfbox does manage to get behind them. However, is he going to secure any picks? Nope. Spirit goes takes down Wolf immediately. However, Ray goes down to Easton. Lexington starts to crumble. Ryan almost goes down. And it looks like Wilson is going to make an attempt to push here. However, they're both down 1. Easton manages to flank behind them. However, I don't think it's worth too much. Copy-paste trying to deal some damage from the front. They do manage to take out Fortified. Lexington again is down 1. There's not much they can do. Wolf drops in. iShot's doing his best to support Sigma. Wolf manages to take out Purdy. And it looks like Wilson may end up winning the fight here. They already have Nano up from iShot. He almost secures the sleep onto Lucio, however, just barely fails. Mercy already has Velk, using it, helping her team. Wolf tries his best to secure kills, but fails. Beater does manage to pull off an ult here, and Ana does ult Sig as well. However, his ult didn't secure anything. He does manage to take, and we see an ult from Copy-Paste. However, Fortified with another big shatter, as we've seen every single fight so far. They do take out Mercy. They almost take out Caitlyn. Echo with the Diva ult to push them off point. Manages to secure 2 picks. And it looks like Lexington does manage to take back the point without without losing it. It looks like someone's doing a little sneaky beaky like here. However, he does get noticed by Soldier, and he's going to have to regroup with his team. If he manages to get out, that's really big for Wilson. He does manage to TP out. All right, Wolfbox does manage to escape the point. Wilson again waiting to engage. I think Lexington realized their problem here and tried to stay back a little bit more than they did before. Purdy does get the kill off of the copy-paste. Spots does res it, however. Res is down for 30 seconds. Fortified pushes up a little bit too far. Wolf tries to secure the kills but fails. And they pull in the Soldier ult. However, failed to secure anything so far. Purdy takes down Copy one more time. Looks like res wasn't really worth it too much. Soldier fails to secure any kills. Looks like it was a waste of Soldier ult. Probably was a better opportunity for that. Sigma gets the entire team in their game. It looks like Wolf's waiting for an ult, and here he probably is about to go. But he fails to secure anything. However, there's so much pressure being put on the Lexington right now, they're having to back up into the corner. Wolf is doing everything he can to deal damage. iShot does manage to get the ult off again on Wolf. Wolf just keeps pushing in. Fortified goes in for his charge, fails, gets slept, and he's probably about to go down here. Fortified really wants to get some kills, doing his best. Copy-paste dealing as much damage as he can. No kills are being made, however, so much damage is being dished out. Looks like we're going to see the Echo pick from Purdy. Almost manages to secure a single pick, but fails. Gets slipped in the back, and it looks like his ult's going to be mostly a waste. iShot secures Fortified, and we see a massive ult from Recon mixed with Purdy. However, fails to secure anything before he goes down. Easton takes out Princess. Beater gets Copy. Purdy takes out himself, and Wolf takes out Beater. And it looks like Wilson is going to probably win this fight here. Sneaky beaky. I'm glad you guys liked that. With 19 seconds on the clock, it looks like Wilson is going to cap. Looks like we're probably going to go into a pause here for just a moment. iShot managed to secure the pick on Ray. So, as I mentioned before, iShot was playing DPS before. However, his Ana, that's just the best time to play Ana is whenever you're a good DPS. You just have so much potential. Copy does secure Beater. However, I think that's the only pick that it's going to secure. iShot gets Purdy again. And he manages to keep everyone up, all while doing DPS at the same time. Wolf does manage to secure Fortified, wanting the flank, doing as much damage as he can. Again, getting Recon as well. Putting in as much work as he can. Gets Ray as well. Actually, Copy gets that pick. However, a lot of help came from Wolf there. And he goes in for Soldier. Will he get the pick? He does. And Wilson will keep pushing. 1 minute and 50 seconds on the clock, and they're already halfway through the Streets phase. iShot does secure the pick on the Beater, and Lexington can't push up thanks to that. However, if Mercy gets back, she can get the res off if she has it up. And a fat ult from Fortified again. Spirit pops ult one more time. Manages, Purdy secures a kill on Easton. Wilson goes down one. Caitlyn gets demad, gets picked by Spirit. Fortified takes out Matt. And it looks like Lexington is going to win this fight here. However, Wolfbox does have ult, and he is looking for it, but fails to get anything and decides to back out instead. It looks like Lexington will hold for a few more seconds while Wilson regroups. Am I doing good? Looks like Wilson is going to wait till everyone gets there to regroup. Purdy trying to get off some damage from high ground. And Reinhardt, 58 to ult, waiting for it. Hopefully you get another big one. That helped win the fight so much. Wolfbox looking for another ult above them. It looks like Reinshield goes down. He has to back up. 69 to ult. Wolf goes in, waiting for the ult. He ults and gets a 6k. Wolfbox with the 6k, immediately wiping out Lexington. It's going to allow for an instant push for Wilson as well. 33 seconds on the clock, and they're about to cap the second point. And Wilson gets an extra minute and 20 seconds here to push. Absolutely amazing ult placement there by Wolf. And the iShot's ult there enabled that so hard. Had he not got that nano, I really don't think he would have got the 6k. Fortified push in, fails to secure anything. Wolfbox teleports behind them. And it looks like Wilson's just going to keep the momentum going as best they can. Fortified does get the pick. Another fat ult by Fortified, taking out copy paste, almost taking out Mercy, and getting D.Va very low. D.Va does go down, and it looks like Lexington's doing their best to retake it. However, Fortified is almost dead. He's hopefully can get out there, but he's wanting to stay engaged, to hold as long as he can. Reaper again flanking, Reinhardt pushing up. However, Reaper does go down to Spirit. They once again swap the Bastion. They're down one again despite getting the res. Wolf does trade. It looks like Wilson's down 4. Lexington's up 1. Copy Paste does secure Recon with his ult. Copy wanting to do as much damage as he can. However, Echo's going to push him a little bit. It looks like Wilson's going to have to stall here one more time. Caitlyn looking for an opportunity to use bomb. However, there isn't one right now. And I think we're about to see it get thrown. Caitlyn trying to push in the damage. They take out Shield. And another fat ult by Fortified. Again with the 5k. Takes out Copy Paste. Gets in the back. Almost takes out Ana, but does get wiped out. Sig secures 3 picks, or 3 people in his ult. Kills Purdy. And it looks like Bastion's going to hit with the Nano. Ana goes down, however, and it looks like the Nano may be worth nothing. Easton is doing really well with his Sig ults. He's not securing too many every now and then. However, he does so much damage, and his team is able to end the fights. It's the opposite of what we saw with Lexington and Pert last game. Easton is just pushing in, getting the ult, getting a few, doing so much damage, and their team just picks up the slack and gets the kills. It looks like Wilson may lose here. Copy Paste goes down, uses ult though. Looks like he got canceled out by Beater. Fortified secures the kill on Mercy. Reaper teleports above them. And it's just Ana on point. Can they get the Ana in time before D.Va can get back? And Reaper is coming in behind them, almost to ult. Will we see another big Reaper ult? And we will! And he takes out Princess Ray. However, it looks like he's not securing anything else besides Recon. Spirit takes out D.Va. Fortified takes out Wolf. And again, another ult, a good ult by Fortified. Spots manages to get the res on the Reaper. Fortified taking down 2. Echo copying Sig. Mercy almost goes down. Bastion sets up, takes out Mercy and D.Va almost. Another waste by Easton, or waste by iShot, thanks to the Bastion just absolutely shredding. And it looks like they only managed to make it 43 meters onto the third point. And with how aggressive we've seen Lexington being, I have a really good feeling we may actually see a comeback. They kept losing their footing. However, once they group up, they have so much potential to do so much damage. My gosh. Honestly, I think when it comes to MVP for the match, we've seen a very big increase in the plays from Fortified. He was one of my main players last game. And right now on Wilson, or on Lexington, it seems like Fortified is going to be the mainstay MVP. The amount of ults he got off, the amount of 5Ks he got off with his ult, the amount of just the amount of people he got in each shatter was absolutely insane. He knew when to use it. He found the placement for it, and it was able to turn the tide of almost every fight. Not to say that their team wasn't doing great, and it looks like Beater does swap to the Ana here versus the Lucio. So they did take my advice. I hope they're not watching this. That will be considered stream sniping. But it looks like Spirit will stay on the Bastion. That does seem to be working for them, but it looks like Wilson's also going to be doing that. And they did keep the Sig D.Va that entire time, and were doing quite well with the amount of pushes they were able to secure. And they swapped the Hanzo for Bastion as well, and they swapped the Ana, iShot's Ana for Baptiste. So I'm very curious to see how that's going to go. If his Baptiste is as good as Ana, he may very well help turn the tide of this fight. And when it comes to the Wilson's MVP, definitely got to be iShot here. Easton almost goes down immediately. However, they failed to secure the pick, and iShot keeps him up. Reaper really is getting aggressive here. Fortified goes down to copy-paste. Wolf gets slap, and it looks like they may... nope, it's back up to 6v6. Ryan wants to push so hard. Immor goes up. However, Ryan gets everyone out of Immor, tries to take out Sig, but he's alone. He's probably going to end up going down here. Fortified will end up going down, I believe. Wolf again behind his team, or behind Lexington. Wolf's going to engage Fortified, and probably about to secure the kill. Copy does take down Beater, and Ryan goes down. And again, Lexington down too. Looks like they're not going to be able to push here. Wilson with the hold. It looks like they're going to be able to hold for a little bit longer. Reaper again trying to take out kills. However, he gets taken down by Purdy, and it looks like that may turn the tide of the game. Wilson is down 1 right now, and if Lexington can get back in time, they can use this to engage. Reinhardt almost has his ult. He has his ult. He's about to get another fat one right here. 3, 2, 1. Come on. I believe in you. But it gets canceled out by Easton. Easton gets a 3K with his ult. How many picks did he get? He gets 1. Caitlyn takes down Fortified. iShot takes down Purdy's ult. Caitlyn takes down Ray, and it looks like we're going to see another full hold by Wilson. That is something that just got brought to my attention. Wilson did win the first match, so we need to get that fixed on the over, by the way. Forgive us for that. Again, Reinhardt being hyper-aggressive, charges in, probably about to go down immediately, and their team's down 1. It looks like Fortified is getting a little bit too ahead of himself here now. Getting a little bit arrogant. He was doing really well before, however... He's trying to be as aggressive as possible. Wolfbox does take down Purdy, and again, they stall the hold. Bastion uses ult kind of unnecessarily, and it looks like Wilson again will hold here. Bastion does set up, trying to scare the pick onto the other Bastion to copy-paste or to Sig, however, fails to get any kills. Bastion does try to set up again, however, cannot thanks to copy-paste, absolutely just stopping him. Recon trying to take out Reaper, but fails to. It looks like, again, Lexington's going to be hesitant to push. Are we going to see a full hold by Wilson here? 1 minute and 17 seconds on the clock for Lexington to cap this first point. Reaper is flanking with his ult, and it looks like he's about to ult here. They're waiting for Sig ult. They're popping everything they have. They do take out Fortified and Pert. Wolf uses their ult as well. Looks like Wilson's going to use 3 ults here. Or they only used 2 ults. It was Lexington that used 3. 4, actually. Lexington used Zarya, Bastion, Ana, and Mercy. So they have no ult economy to take this next point. While Wilson still has both support ults up, Bastion almost, and Diva Bomb. And again, Lexington fails to push. 37 seconds on the clock. Will they cap this point? If they do, there's still a chance they can make it to... Easton almost hits the rock onto Ryan, but fails just by an inch, thanks to shield going up. Fortified does have ult here, so if he can get around Easton's shield, he can get one, and he gets it! He gets 4 of them! He takes down Bastion immediately. Purdy gets res, but Mercy's probably going to try and res that, and she does. Caitlyn takes out Princess Ray, and it looks like it's going to be well, now it's a 4v6, thanks to Fortified going down. It looks like Wilson will hold this. They do pop Diva ult, Beater goes down, Purdy goes down. The only person left is Zarya. Zarya does go down. And it looks like Wilson will take map 2 as well. We did see some really good plays from Lexington's side. However, the synergy just doesn't seem to be there anymore. For the first point, they had it so well. They were able to secure the kills. They were able to push. They were able to do everything they needed to as a team. However, Wilson, they just learned what to do to counter them, and they're not doing too much to swap it up. They did swap the Ana, or the Lucio for Ana. However, it doesn't seem to be doing too much for them, thanks to the team play we see on Wilson's side. And now we'll be moving into the third map. And like I said, again, amazing plays by Fortified and iShot, and honestly, Wolfbox as well. That 6k Reaper ult, someone's got to clip that. That's probably the proudest moment of this man's career. It would be mine. Actually, it was mine. I did the same thing with McCree not too long ago. But either way, I think the MVPs may have just been kind of solidified on both teams, with Fortified Hat being the MVP of Lexington and iShot or Wolfbox being the MVP of Wilson. I would want to give it to Wolfbox. However, his supports, I believe, are the main reason he managed to get that 6k there. It just allowed for so much pushing and so much damage potential once he got that nano, and he managed to secure the 6k almost instantly upon pressing Q. Or pressing the alt button. I'm pretty sure he may be on controller, so... But... either way, I think on... I have to narrow this down for Wilson. I think iShot may be the MVP here. The amount of kills he secured, the amount of healing he did, the amount of DPS he did, and the amount of ults he got off were absolutely insane that game. I'm very curious to everyone else's input as well. If anyone has their own MVPs of these matches, feel free to send them in chat. I can see it, and I will be calling them out. So make sure to give me your reasoning and everything. I'd be more than welcome to read it all out. And the last map of this game will be Route 66, so I am very curious as to what we're going to see on it. Again, this will allow for the push. Again, if they stay the same tanks, Wilson will probably be running the Sig Diva. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And it seems to be working really well. I wasn't expecting it to. However, Easton just plays such an aggressive Sigma. He uses his ult in the right times, not to get kills. However, he does it to do damage. I have noticed that Easton as well as Wolf have been using everything they can to combo together. Easton throws them up, does as much damage as he can with his ult, and then the second they come back down, Wolf secures the Reaper ult and manages to take out 3 or 4 at a time. And it worked flawlessly 3 times in a row, as if Lexington just didn't realize what was going on. I am very curious as if we're going to see a double shield here. That is something I am kind of interested to see on defense. It's not something you see too often on Route 66. Usually, you'll see either dive on Route 66 or like Ryan Zarya or Ryan Hogg. However, I wouldn't put it past them. It looks like Beater and Purdy are going to be the tanks this game, with Recon and Princess Ray being the support. We did see some really good rises from Princess Ray and some really good beats from Beater and Nanos as well. However, with Beater now on tank, I'm very curious to how well this is going to go for him. My voice keeps cracking because I don't have a drink beside me to drink. 25 seconds on the clock until we do see the picks. But my guesses will be on attack, we're going to see something more divey. If attack is Wilson, then we're probably going to see the same thing they've been running. I would not put it past them to have the Diva Sig, Hanzo, Reaper, and, you know, the Ana Mercy. It worked out really well for him. I feel like it's going to work again if they do it again. As for Beater, I don't know what he plays, so I'm very curious. It looks like he's going to lock in the Rhine. Purdy again locking in the Hammond. And Easton on the Widowmaker. iShot again on the Genji. This is where he'll shine. They did put iShot on DPS here, which I'm very interested to see. Like I mentioned, he was a pretty good DPS the last time we did watch him. I don't remember if he played in the matches the other day or not. However, I've seen him play personally, and he plays really well. So I'm very curious to see. Because if he plays really well here and manages to get a few good blades off, that's probably going to secure his spot as MVP of the match for Wilson. We will see Recon on Zenyatta and Princess Ray on Mercy, so they have a lot less healing than Wilson does, and we do see the Junkrat for Fortified and the Bastion again from Spirit. Pert does go in, securing a little bit of damage again and backing out. Easton fails to secure a pick here. Genji doing everything he can to annoy Fortified. He does get the pick out, and it looks like Lexington is immediately down one. Easton tries to secure the picks, however, all he can do is damage. Recon almost goes down. Spirit goes down thanks to iShot, again securing two. iShot gets Recon, iShot gets Princess Right, and now you see what I'm talking about. Again, securing the entire Peter does everything he can to deal damage while he's still alive. However, he does go down to iShot as well, and I think that may have just been a 6k from iShot. I'm not sure who got Hammond. However, he did just kill 5 members. Easton hits a really nice fight. Pert does everything he can to hold a point. However, he does go off the map, and it looks like Lexington's going to have to spend some time to re-engage, or to regroup so they can re-engage. Bastion pushes down bottom by himself. iShot really wanting to get aggressive here, and we may just see it. However, no, he gets a little bit too much damage taken, and he backs up. Looks like Lexington finally has their entire bearings. Well, I take that back. Spirit goes down immediately. However, Ryan is 67 to ult, so he may be looking for a big ult here. Fortified takes down iShot. Easton with a 3k. Recon does take down Easton, however, preventing them from doing too much more damage. Mercy does res iShot as well. Zen looking for more damage, however, can't secure anything thanks to the shield. And it looks like we're going to see a DPS difference on the side of Wilson. Easton with the 3k, iShot with the 5k, and it looks like Wilson's just going to keep pushing this. 4 minutes and 55 seconds on the clock, and they've already got the first point. Party does secure Wolf. Recon secures Spot. Mercy and Bat, both supports are down on the side of Wilson. However, they are in Wilson's spawn, which means they are going to have spawn advantage. Easton wants the kill, or Purdy wants the kill on Easton, but fails to secure it, so he backs up. Does manage to secure Caitlyn. Genji, and Mercy is going to rest. Easton really wants to take out Pert, however, Pert really wants him as well. It looks like they're going to be engaged in a 1v1 here. Easton's probably going to go down. Easton does go down. iShot respawns, and it looks like they're doing everything they can. Purdy just, again, doing so much damage in the back. Fortified getting another ult off on both of Wilson's support. Spirit takes out Copy. Not much they can do. Still 4 minutes on the clock, though. They're only halfway through streets, and this could go either way. I have seen full holds here with 6 minutes on the clock before. So if Lexington can get their bearings together, they may very well be able to win this. Genji comes in with the ult. He takes out 2. Comes in with the ult. Fails to secure Bastion because Easton takes it from him. Fails to secure anything, it looks like. Pert does a lot of damage again. However, it was enough to pressure them into backing up. iShot he is going to take down Junkrat, but he gets taken out by Junkrat's drop. And Beater does have ult here. He is looking for it, I believe. However, he is alone. Purdy is in their back. Fails to secure anything with the crash down. And Ryan, again, he wants this push. He manages to cancel out Wilson's push. Or Wilson's shatter there. Copy no longer has it. Beater still has it up. However, Beater does go down. Recon takes out Easton. However, Spots takes out Spirit. And it looks like it's going to be a 4v5 here. iShot takes out Recon. 3 minutes on the clock, and they're about to cap second point. iShot, again, going to take out Fortified. And it looks like they will. Pert pops ult there. However, I'm not sure it's going to secure too much. It does secure due to lock, it seems. Easton again wanting to take out Pert. Mercy and Easton both in their backline, targeting the Mercy. However, I'm not sure there's much Mercy can do to get out, but she does manage to secure her life there. Purdy just deals so much damage to them in the back. There's not much they can do against them. They don't have any stun. This is probably where we're going to see the Widowmaker have to do it to being indoors, if I can speak. Copy dashes in, secures a charge, however, fails to secure a pick. He does get an ult off the Beater and Spirit, however. iShot goes in, trying to secure the picks. Beater trying to hold him off as best he can. He does have his ult. Very curious if we're going to see it here. And we do, and it gets three people. iShot goes down almost. However, he fails to secure the kill onto iShot. And again, it seems like Lexington is having the same problem they had before. They just don't have any finishing potential. iShot takes out Recon. Beater's in their back line, gets charged, goes down. Easton gets fortified. And again, Bastion gets solo ulted by D.Va. However, D.Va fails to secure a pick. iShot, again, just securing all the picks they need to win. And their team is absolutely decimating here. They're just preventing Lexington from getting any foot off. 3 minutes on the clock, and they're 0.72 meters from getting point. Beater does hit a really fat shatter there, however, fails to secure any kills before he goes down by iShot. iShot secures Ray and Beater. Easton looking for a kill on Zenyatta, it looks like. No, Bastion. iShot trying to take out Purdy as well as he can. However, he does secure the kill. Recon does get copied before they go down. However, it looks like Wilson is going to win this point all the way through 3-0 with 2:42 on the clock. What are we going to see from I'm very curious as to how they're going to compete against this. If only they got that Ana, again, the Brig, Mercy, or not Mercy, McCree. I mean, there's so many things here they can do to counter iShot. However, it doesn't look like they're going to make the swaps they need. A Winston here. Winston Ryan, they're going to be on attack. They could actually run like Winston D.Va, Winston Hog. Hog, maybe not with Winston, but I've seen it work quite well before. If they just run dive into that Genji, there's nothing he can do. They get the McCree for stun, Break for stun, maybe Ana or Bap for heals to go with that. There's so much they can do to counter it, and they do go McCree here. However, I'm not sure iShot's going to go Genji. We do see some very big swap-ups from both teams. iShot goes Hanzo instead. Beater and Purdy running dive. They do have the ball in D.Va. They have Fortified and Bastion, or Fortified and Spirit running McCree and Bastion. However, I'm not sure that's a smart choice here. If they kept the Rhine Shield, Bastion may work. However, they have Easton and iShot playing Tracer and Hanzo. So there's probably not much they're going to be able to do against them. Lexington immediately pushes in. Copy-paste secures the charge onto Purdy, almost secures the kill, but Purdy manages to get out. Reinhardt is alone, however, Easton managed to secure the kill on Recon. And it looks like Lexington is going to be down 1. Caitlyn gets demeched. iShot looking for as much damage as he can get. He does secure the pick on Bastion, however, Ray manages to res that. And again, we just see iShot doing so much damage. He's preventing any kind of push. I still think that the best ult here, or the best push they could be here, is the Winston. With the comp that Wilson is running, Winston has so much potential here. I'm stuttering so badly. I'm so sorry. Winston has so much potential here against what they're running. However, it doesn't look like they're going to swap to that. Easton is down. He is in spawn. Copy secures the charge onto Beater, almost demechs him, gets him demeched. However, fails to secure the pick. And it looks like Lexington is going to... Purdy secures the kill on spots for Matt. They have the potential to push. Fortified does take a copy-paste thanks to the ult by Purdy. Purdy takes out 2 more. Again, McCree almost secures the kill on Moira, but fails thanks to Easton securing it, or helping him not secure it. And Purdy, again, looking to do as much damage as he can. Moira flanking to try and take out Bastion. However, fails to secure anything. Purdy takes him down. Easton can very easily back out here. And it looks like that's what we're going to see. Can you run and get me a drink, hon? I'm thirsty. I'm dying of thirst. Bastion does go down to Easton. Beater waiting for Remake. Gets in Remake. Easton getting pocketed by the Mercy in the back. Very risky for spots. However, if they manage to secure the kills, then it will work. Copy gets a really lucky charge off to Ray, however, goes down to Beater. However, Spots does, of course, res that, and it looks like it is going to be a 6v5 here. 6v4. Copy doesn't secure anything with his ult. McCree goes down. Bastion goes down to Easton. iShot takes out Recon. And there's just so much DPS difference here on the side of Wilson. Beater does, however, secure both supports on Wilson. However, they are down 2, both sides, so it looks like Lexington's not going to be able to abuse that whatsoever. Are you okay? You looked mad at me when I said that. They almost secure the kill on the copy-paste, however, failed just slightly. They're doing everything they can to take him down. They don't have any healers back yet, so there's not much they can do. Fortified charges in, about to go down probably. He does indeed go down. All right, there they are. It's 5v6 here. Recon pops alt and hoping for that engagement. However, Easton is flanking. McCree pops out from behind them. How many is he going to secure? He secures eye shot only. That is really big on the side of Lexington. They do take out their carry. Or not, the DPS carry. I shouldn't have said that. That was really mean. They do take out eye shot, who is their best player so far on DPS. And it looks like, again, Wilson is going to turn the tide of this fight. Lexington does have so much potential here if they can just make the picks that they need to swap to. If they got like the mirrored Wilson in that regard, I honestly feel like their comp right now will work as it is. However, with the ball and D.Va, I mean, again, they don't have any finishing potential. Purdy, again, is doing so much damage, securing picks every now and then. However, when he goes in alone, there's not much they can do. Fortified does go down to copy-paste. And it looks like they will pop D.Va all onto 2 of them. They do. Caitlyn does take out both Purdy and Recon. Tracer's looking for more picks. And it looks like it's going to be another win on Wilson's side. So I do think my MVPs stay as they were. I think the MVP on Wilson's side is going to be iShot. However, iShot is subbing in to Wilson too. And I feel like that would be kind of unfair of me to say that. So I may end up actually having to give that to someone else. I'm not sure who. Probably going to end up being Spots for Matt, because the amount of reses that Spots for Matt got off were great. If iShot was a part of Lexington or a part of Wilson 2, I would have gave it to him. However, he is subbing in onto Wilson 2 from Wilson 1. He may end up becoming a part of Wilson 2. However, we're unsure of that so far. But as it is right now, I think iShot is going to be the MVP of Wilson 2, and so is Spots for Matt. I think those are going to be my 2 picks. On Lexington, definitely got to be Fortified, and I'd say I'll give 2 to Lexington as well. I gotta say, probably Fortified and Beater. His support, whenever Beater was playing on Lucio, the amount of ults he got off just absolutely turned the tide of the fight and allowed them to engage and win. And Fortified's ult, obviously, I think that goes without saying. He just managed to secure 5Ks with his Shatter and completely disable the entire enemy team, and there wasn't much they could do. And it looks like Wilson will be 3-0 against Lexington. And Wilson will be going on into the next winner's bracket. And it looks like Lexington 1 will be playing again later tonight as well. So stick around for that. We do have the loser's bracket first match. It looks like it's going to be Lexington 1 versus Lexington 2, which is going to be very interesting to see, I think. However, now, excuse us when we go to intermission to regather all the other teams. Either way, am I muted? No. Okay.
neg.
We are back from intermission. Now we have, I believe, Wilson 1 and LC 1 fighting off on Elias again as the starter map. So, we are going to have about 30 seconds on the clock before the game starts. So we will have a minute to see.
Initiating match.
Not much to talk about, but hopefully you guys did enjoy the matches. That was a really big comeback on the side of Wilson. And honestly, both teams, they performed very well. However, Wilson, they just had the synergy they needed. And it looks like Wilson 1 is going to have some of the same teammates because both teams had 2 down, 2 players unavailable to play. So they both had to sub in. I shot Neeson again. We're going to see on this map, and I'm very curious again as to how they're going to do. It looks like they're both going to be playing DPS this time. We are going to see the more mainline Hog Reinhardt on the side of Wilson with Mercy Moira for support. And of course on LC1 we're going to see the Diva Rhine from Gaby and Del Sol, Reaper, and Symmetra. Symmetra's a very interesting pick here because she has so high potential to just decimate on a map like this. However, I'm very curious to see how well they play it out. And again, copy-paste. One moment. Having to fix the stream here for me. There we go. That's better. Had to make sure I could see the same thing everyone else was. Genji immediately going. It looks like Spots for Matt knows how to play Mercy with that damage boost and heals whenever needed. And they're immediately going to try and take the point with Easton flanking. Sim is going to probably go down here to Easton. Mercy swaps over. They try to do some damage, but fail to secure any picks. And they're all stuck in that room. Ryan gets hooked off by Dexter. Easton takes out your mom. I love that name. Almost secures the kill on Reaper. Secures the kill on Reaper. And again, Wilson 1 absolutely shredding thanks to their DPS. And just not just the DPS, honestly, everyone here is doing something. The synergy, they know when to push, they know when to hold, and they just keep doing what they're best at. iShot takes out Crazy. Easton just keeps pushing in, takes out Sim. iShot takes out your mom again. And it looks like Ryan wants to push here, but has to back out for his team. And it looks like Wilson is going to also back out. Good point. Have I been muted this entire time? Don't tell me I've been muted this entire time. I've just been... Oh my gosh. Anyways, I was making a lot of calls there, guys, I swear. Anyways, it looks like Lauderdale's actually going to push down bottom left. Please tell me in chat if I was muted. Don't meme on me. Anyways. Dexter's looking for another hook kill here, but I don't think he's going to see anything. Genji pushes in, takes out Sim and your mom. Love to see that. McCree also from behind them takes out DPS and a tank. And again, they're just wiping. Absolute decimation on the side of Wilson. The synergy. Okay, so my mic was muted on my headset, so that was kind of weird that I wasn't muted. Testing. Oh wait, that's because I'm talking to my other mic now. My fault. Anyways, we see some really good synergy here on the side of Wilson, immediately taking out your mom again. However, Lauderdale can res here. Question is, will they? They do secure the res. It is a 6v6 again. Ryan tries to charge in, fails. However, Dexter makes up for it by taking out Gaby and proceeds to push back their entire team. Almost about to get taken out by Reaper, most likely. He does go down. Reaper takes out both Creeper, both supports, and Dexter. In copy paste, gets a 4K, 5K, takes out Easton as well. It looks like 5-star had a really good play there. Looks like today we're seeing some really good Reaper plays. We saw 6K earlier, and now we just saw another 5K, 4 by ult, or 3 by ult, 4 by not. 4 by not. 1 by not. Wilson, again, looking for the push. Lauderdale is down their Mercy right now, and they probably know that. Genji does in fact know that, or Bap, not Mercy. Genji does in fact know that, pushing in. 5-star, tries to do as much damage from behind as possible. However, again, we see Copy Paste get another big shatter, taking out one person, but Miss Key takes out both supports with her turrets before going down. iShot again securing both supports, and it looks like Wilson's going to win the fight again. I didn't even realize they were in overtime. And it looks like Wilson's going to take the first point on Elios. The team synergy we see behind Wilson 1 is absolutely insane. Easton and iShot on the DPS, securing all the picks they need. Dexter and Copy Paste making the space, and supports just absolutely enabling the entire team here. It's just insane, the amount of team play they have. Lauderdale's not doing bad themselves either. However, it does look like they're going to be slightly outplayed thanks to a slight DPS difference. 5-star is doing everything he can to just push behind them and take out picks. However, most of the time he did fail to secure kills until he got really, I wouldn't say got lucky, but he got kind of lucky when it came to taking out that 5k. He did have to press his ult there. And he did secure it, but between him and Misty Key, it doesn't seem like they're too much of a competition against Easton and Eyeshot. Eyeshot's able to just go in by himself and secure all the picks they need. Easton flanking as well, getting those flashes, getting the shots, doing the damage. Even if he's not securing the kills, he's doing so much damage to prevent the enemy team from pushing. It looks like both teams are going to play very grouped up here. And Lexington, or not Lexington, we're going to see Wilson push immediately on a point. They do take down Gaby immediately, so it's a 5v6. If they don't take down those turrets soon, it may be a problem for them. Eyeshot takes out Immork. We see Copy Paste immediately charge into your mom. Dexter looking for another hook. Doesn't find any so far. Copy Paste takes down both supports. Almost takes down D.Va. D.Va gets demeched. Eyeshot pushes in, doing his best to take down their DPS, but fails to secure any picks and has to back out. And they do manage to secure both those picks finally, so it looks like Lauderdale is going to be staggered slightly, and they're not going to be able to push in. It looks like Lauderdale's doing everything they can here against Wilson. But again, their synergy is just insane. Dexter does secure another good hook off on your mom. And takes them out. So they are again down one unless Mercy can pull off that res. Looks like they're going to demech D.Va. Genji goes in for the kill. Fails to secure anything, but Reaper does get Gaby and Dexter gets Del Sol. Reaper's 5-star's wanting to be aggressive here, but can't and has to back out because his team's going down. Eyeshot does secure 2 picks. And it looks like they're not going to be able to do much. 5-star wants to be aggressive. He's doing everything he can to be aggressive. However, his team just goes down before they can. Genji doing so much damage, but he gets knocked off by the ball. Is he going to be able to make it back? He does. They're playing a little bit too far up, getting a little bit too aggressive here. It looks like Easton may be in trouble. No, he manages to get out there. And Ball just running in a circle. Copy Paste does manage to get Del Sol off the map via charge. However, he doesn't go down himself, but he does go down to 5-star eventually, and now it is a 5v5 again. Dexter does everything he can to Eyeshot takes out 5-star, and it looks like Wilson's gonna hold here once again. Easton takes out your mom. Gaby wants to try and deal some damage in the back line, but fails to secure anything and goes down. McCree, again, hitting those shots. Absolutely insane. Almost gets the kill on Sim. Fails just slightly. Creeper has to clean up for him. Almost gets Reaper. Reaper does press Q. Secures 3. 5-star, another 3k. However, will it actually be able to hold the point here? Dexter takes out your mom. They're down to support. Can Mercy get the res? Ryan fails to secure anything with his ult. Pushes in. Doesn't cure a charge, but Dexter does get 5-star. Eyeshot pops his ult. Gets crazy. Gets Misty. Looks like they're going to be down 4. Lauderdale going down one by one like flies. Copy Paste secures Gaby. Del Sol does secure a kill with his ult. However, it doesn't look like it's going to do much as they do win the game. Or win this round. And that fight does go to Wilson. And again, I already have MVPs planned out. I'm thinking about it. You already know who it is on the side of Wilson. I don't have to say it. However, on the side of Lexington, or Lauderdale, it's 5-star. That ult saved him the point for a little bit. He does take out Dexter here, and then he managed to secure even more. Well, he doesn't secure the Reaper until afterwards. He does manage to get those kills. And he gets McCree here as well. Alrighty. And that is the first map, Ilios. And like I said, for LC, we do see 5-star getting some really good plays there. On Wilson, Eyeshot, gotta hand it to him. Eyeshot or Easton. I think Eyeshot did a little bit more there with his ults, because he did secure those blades that were absolutely amazing towards pushing towards winning the fight. So, and it looks like we're going to see the Hollywood Halloween map again, instead of the regular Hollywood, per team vote. So, very curious to how that is going to go. And it looks like I think we're almost ready to go. And again, I will ask you guys one more time, is there anyone you guys have your eye on so far? Anyone you want to mention and good plays they made or good movements they made? I'm very curious to hear from the chat. But as for me, I've already said who I vote. And like I said, Wilson, their team synergy is absolutely insane. Dexter and Copy Paste on the tank. Copy Paste and, I believe, Spots for Matt are subbing in from Wilson 2 onto Wilson 1 because Wilson 1 was down 2 players. However, it doesn't seem to be making that big of a difference. I agree with that. iShot is a jack of all trades. We saw him on the Ana, and we now see him on the DPS, which is his main role to my knowledge. However, that's something I was going to say earlier. I don't think I got around to saying it. Ana is one of the highest carry potential characters in the game, in my opinion. Not only can you heal your team, but you can also dish out and completely cancel out all healing from the enemy team if you hit lucky shots or good nades. I mean, when you have a good DPS who can aim, swap over to Ana, there's so much good potential there. Absolutely insane. Matt was getting Genji Blades very fast with that damage boost. Unsung hero, in my opinion. I do agree with you, Busy. The amount of times he managed to get his blade, although he didn't use it too frequently because there wasn't many good opportunities, how fast he got his blade was absolutely insane. He had it almost every single fight ready to go in case they were losing. And it looks like it's going to be a kind of a universal thing voting towards iShot here. And I do kind of agree with that. iShot does seem to be kind of a step ahead of the competition in terms of just a character ability. We've seen his flexibility here, and it works on the side of Wilson very well. They can put him in almost for whatever they need, and it just works. And that's not something we saw. That's not something we saw with the other teams. We saw Rogers were changing and changing their comms game, and Lexington were changing their comms game, and their team just cannot perform with the changes that they made because those characters they weren't as good or as competent on those roles as the people they had before them. And that's why it's very important to make sure you guys have dedicated character roles for your team. Of course, you need to have like 1 or 2 flexes. For example, I'm the flex for my team. However, we do have dedicated tanks and DPS and support and everything, and that's very important in a team comp. If you have someone like iShot who knows how to flex every single character, or at least a good variety of characters, there's so much potential there. And it looks like we will be waiting on just a moment to start the next match. However, I'm very excited to see how this goes, how this plays out. Hollywood is the second of 3, and we have 2 more games after this one tonight before it's over, and then we'll be back starting again tomorrow. So after, I think, the second match, we're going to take a minor intermission, I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. That way I don't lose my voice tonight. But so I don't lose my voice. I'd rather not lose my voice doing this, because if I can't cast tomorrow. But either way, it looks like we are about to be starting this match, though. Starting in 3, 2, 1, and here we go.
Welcome to Hollywood.
Hi there, Brandy. It's nice to see you in chat. And he's the guy that helps. He's on the stream committee.
Match.
And I agree with you, Busy. I really hope we see something other than Brawl here. There's so much room for flexibility on Hollywood. I mean, we can see the Winston Diva here, and it has so much potential to work so well, only if the teams understand how to play it. So I would really be very interested in seeing Wilson 1 being the first team out of every team so far to play that comp. And if they do it, and they do it well, I mean, they have iShot on Genji, and they have Easton on McCree. I mean, they're not running that right now. They're very different. However, if they were running what they were running before, iShot on the Genji, Easton on McCree, and they had, like, Dexter on Winston and Copy on Diva, there's just so much good potential there for them. What transition? I didn't do a transition. I assume it's a transition from intermission over to the game. I'm glad it looks good. I didn't make that, though. That's just what we use. Oh, it looks like Dexter is going to go onto that Winston, and Copy's going to be on the Rhine. However, they will have Easton on Widow and iShot on Farah. And Spots is still on the Mercy. Oh, and they do what I said. They do swap to the Winston Diva. I wonder if they're watching the stream tonight. I'm very interested with the Pharmacy and the Widow. So much potential. And they do have the Orisa Hog opposing them on Lauderdale. They have 5-star again running the same thing. Misty still running the same thing. They have Mercy Moira and Hog Orisa. So there's so much potential here for Dive to absolutely decimate. The only problem standing in their way is that Hog as well as the Reaper. However, iShot does secure the kill on Del Sol. Dexter takes out Crazy. iShot taking 2 more down, 3 more down, another 4K for them, and it looks like they're going to win this point fairly easily. Your Mom does secure the kill on Dexter, but iShot cancels it out and takes them all down. It looks like it is going to be a team wipe on the side of Wilson. Or, on the side of Lexington. Or Lauderdale, really. So, either way, it looks like Wilson absolutely, using my my suggestion there, absolutely decimating. They did so much damage. Easton takes out Misty. They prevent the push. 5-star does swap the Torbjorn, trying to counter out Dive. However, I'm not sure it's going to do too much with the Widowmaker and the Pharah. It is going to prevent Mercy from being super aggressive with Pharah. However, iShot does take out the turret. And Orisa here is trying to be aggressive with Dexter, however, has to back up due to the amount of damage being pushed onto her. iShot secures Crazy and Dell. Both supports go down. Easton also secured a pick, and it looks like they're down 3, down 4. DPS difference here is absolutely just the gap between. There's so much potential.
No one can hide from my sight.
There's so much more damage potential on the side of Wilson. They have the Pharmacy accompanying the Dive, and they have the Widow sitting from afar, so, I mean, even if they're not pushing in, there's just always damage, no matter where you are on the team. It looks like they did go Echo to try and swap, to counter iShot. 5-star goes Echo here. However, it doesn't look like she's going to secure any pick just yet. We do see your Mom using his ult, however, I don't think it's going to secure a kill. It does push them all off the point, however. Easton is looking for the pick on that Mercy, however, fails to secure anything. Misty does take down Wilson's Mercy, spots for Matt, and I think that's going to be the only pick so far. Dexter really looking to take them out. Dexter does take out Misty. iShot takes out 5. Both DPS are down. There's so much potential here for Wilson to keep pushing it. It looks like with 4 minutes on the clock, they're almost going to make the second point. 4 meters away. Copy uses ult to make some space. Takes out both support. And 5 minutes and 37 seconds on the clock, and Wilson's already capped the second point. Oh my gosh. So much to talk about. Easton, another, taking out both tanks. Just the team synergy here that we're seeing from Wilson tonight is absolutely insane. They're doing so much damage, so much push, so much poke, everything in perfect sync as well. Mercy, the second Pharmacy goes in, Wilson, Dexter goes in as well. And it just, there's so much going on all at once. And it looks like they really know what they're doing. Even the fact that they have 2 subs, they know what they're doing. Dexter does push in, trying to secure a pick on the Roadhog and pushing them back. iShot gets Crazy, takes down both Orisa, takes down all 3 Orisa. But the other support, 5-star, and your Mom, gets another 5K. And I think iShot may be the MVP of this one as well. Just the amount of work that he's able to put in thanks to spots. Actually, that's an interesting suggestion. I wonder how well he'd be doing without spots here. I wonder if spots is more deserving of the MVP. The amount of healing and damage that they're just outputting here is insane. And there's not much to talk about on the Lexington or Lauderdale side. They're getting pushed back so hard by Wilson. There's not much they can do. And it looks like with 17 seconds on the clock until the game starts, I'm not entirely sure what they're going to run. However, I have a feeling it's going to be a brawl comp on the side of Wilson, with the Pharmacy probably again. Looks like Lauderdale really just does not know how to deal with the Pharmacy. They didn't swap to a hit scan there, as far as I could see. They had the Reaper and Symmetra the entire time. It looks like Misty is going to swap from Symmetra off onto Soldier. Your Mom is staying the Hog, however, Gaby is going to go onto the Reinhardt opposed to the Orisa. And again, like I said, Wilson is going to swap to the Brawl comp with Dexter on the Rhine, which we saw him during the match against, I think it was was it Lauderdale? Yeah, it was Lauderdale, the Expedition match last week. And we saw him play Rhine, and once he did that, he hit some really nasty shatters. Absolutely, just changing the tide of fights, the same thing that we saw from Fortified last game, and I'm very curious if we're going to see that again here. Copy Paste is running the Diva, which may not have too much room in this comp. However, she can very easily cancel out hooks and soldier ults here. And actually, never mind, she has quite a lot of room here. She can very easily cancel out 3 different ults. For how aggressive iShot went, I think Matt Def helped. I still think iShot probably has MVP that attack, though, according to Busy. I agree. It's just very... I don't want to only target our DPS, because obviously the DPS have so much potential, and it looks like Wilson's going to be playing a little bit sneaky-beaky here. Hog does manage to get behind them, however, Dexter engages front on, and Hog is separated from his entire team. It looks like they're gonna take him out before anything. Easton does secure the kill on Misty, and there's nothing really your mom can do except for try and run and save her life. iShot secures Gay B. Your mom's fighting with, I think, Dexter right now. It looks like he may end up going down here. He almost secures the kill on Matt, but fails. Copy Paste takes down your mom. Creeper takes down Crazy, and Easton takes down Dell. And it looks like Wilson's gonna have a really good hold there. This is a really good play by Wilson as well. Staying in that room off to the far right, and just flanking behind them. They got Hog separated from their entire team, and there wasn't much that they could do. It was a 5v6 on the side of Lexington, or Lauderdale. I keep saying Lexington on accident, I'm sorry. Easton does take out Misty. Easton just has so much poke damage here. There's so much room for damage going out. Your mom does secure the hook, but fails to secure the kill. Dexter, another big shatter, takes out your mom, 5-star, takes out Gaby. And again, we see the massive plays on the side of Wilson. Easton secures Del Sol. And honestly, if Dexter can manage to hit a few more of those ults, I think he may be deserving his MVP as well. He is on my list here. iShot right now is the overall winner, though. Gaby does swap from the Reinhardt to Hammond. However, again, there's not much room for him on this comp with them having a Junkrat on Wilson's side. Del Sol does take out Easton, which means they're down to DPS. Your mom takes out Copy Paste. Wilson's down 3. Lauderdale has the chance to produce. Spots manages to get the res off on Spot. Can Spot get in mech before she goes down? Or he goes down. He's going to be pursued by Moira. And it looks like 5-star is going to not really secure any picks, but does so much damage. Your mom gets the kill on Dexter. And we're going to see a big ult by iShot. But the question is it going to secure anything? It does take out Del Sol. However, I think that's all they're going to be able to do here before they lose the point. iShot, no, I was wrong. iShot does take out Misty. Easton looking for damage, but fails to secure anything so far. 5-star does get iShot, so they don't have that anymore. Easton does stick your mom. Your mom goes down. Mercy tries to res. Mercy reses iShot. Easton takes out Crazy. Dexter takes out Gay, and it looks like it's going to be another full hold by Wilson. Or another hold by Wilson. Not a full hold. Easton does secure 5. Dexter again coming back and getting those picks. iShot getting those picks. Easton getting those picks. And all thanks to their support as well. The amount of healing and damage they did, the sustainability, the res, everything. That res from Matt saved the point. It looks like Copy is going to throw a Diva Bomb and fail to secure any kills. And right now, Ball is on point. Ball does go down. It's a 5v6 in the side of Lauderdale. Your mom does get spots from Matt, however, goes down to Creeper. Copy Paste almost gets demeched here. And it looks like Dexter really, he has ult, so it looks like he's going to want to be aggressive. He does pop the ult. I think he only got 2 people on it. He got the supports in it. He does secure the kill on the Mercy. Creeper cleans up, secures the kill on Del Sol. And it looks like, again, Wilson's going to hold him. Dexter is on point one more time. Or not Dexter. Gaby is on point one more time. Gets trapped, goes down to Dexter one more time. One more time. Again. Also, for your question, Arcades, Wilson 2 and Wilson 1 both have 2 subs. The 2 subs for Wilson 2 were Easton and iShot, and the 2 subs for Wilson 1 are Spots and Copy. So, there's 4 different people on this team than there were last time. Or 2 different people different on this time. It looks like Gibby's gonna try and stall. However, they're down a tank. Lauderdale is down 1. Can they hold this, or can Wilson take down Gaby before their team can get back? 5-star takes out Spots, Gaby takes out Creeper, Dexter takes out 5, and it looks like they may be successful in this hold. However, thanks to iShot, if iShot can get in here and secure a pick, no, Gaby takes down both iShot and Easton, and there goes any chance of actually holding here, I believe. If Dexter can get his ult up in time, he may be able to secure something. However, he barely misses Mercy there in that charge, and he is very low. He is 1 hit, so there's not much he can do here. It'd be better if he just saved his ult or got out, and he is probably going to go down. And it looks like Lauderdale does get the point with overtime on the clock. 2 minutes get added. And it looks like Wilson again is going to take out Misty and Del Sol. Del Sol gets res. Gaby takes out Easton. And it looks like Lauderdale's going to keep pushing. However, they do have Diva and Moira both in their back line. Creeper using Coalescence, however, gets taken out immediately by 5-star, having no value in her ult whatsoever. iShot takes out Crazy. 5-star takes down Copy. And your mom looking for a hook, fails to land any, so they just decide to go back and hold point. iShot surviving thanks to spots, and they're looking to do as much damage as they can, but iShot can't secure anything. Dexter gets another big ult, securing 4 people. They managed to get 2 kills thanks to that. They take out 4. Finally. Mercy goes down thanks to Easton. Easton with the 3k, and they try to get down GB as fast as they can, but they're failing to take him out. And Easton with the 5k. Easton, again, getting all the kills they need to win the fight. iShot's not able to do as much here as he was on attack, obviously being Genji. There's only so much you can do on defense. However, he does have his ult. He just did a ghost dash as well. I don't think he has dash back up. Your mom takes out Dexter, leading for room to push. And it looks like iShot takes out Mercy. 1v1ing your mom as best he can, but I'm not sure he's going to be able to secure that pick. Roadhog is behind Wilson, so he can either get staggered here or get taken back. iShot does take him down thanks to Easton doing so much damage. And it looks like Reaver's going to go in for an ult here. He does secure 3 picks, almost gets the Diva, gets both supports and iShot, and it looks like they're going to be able to push here. 5-shot D-Mix, copy-paste. It looks like Misty is going to pop in his ult here, takes out Copy, takes out Easton, and it looks like Lauderdale, with 30 seconds on the clock, is going to make it at least halfway through Streets.
Don't tolerate defeat. Get on the attack.
With only 30 seconds on the clock, I'm curious as if they can make it to the second point. They've used all their ults here, and there's nothing left to use. However, Wilson has 3 up, almost 5. If only Dexter can build his a little bit quicker. However, it looks like they are. Lauderdale is going to try and stay on the point as much as they can so they can push as quickly as possible. Copy-paste does use ult. He's going to secure at least 2. He gets both Crazy and 5-star. That's really big on the side of Wilson. Dexter pushes in, gets Gaby. Easton gets Misty. And it looks like it's going to be another win for Wilson. iShot takes out your mom. And again, it looks like they're going to take this map as well.
Victory.
Get the host to scream Oaknag. Say yes in the chat if you want me to do that. I think Thimble, according to Thimble, he did it last time, but I can't really scream. There's people at the house, so. Thimble, if you want to unmute and do. You gonna scream Oaknag?
Double kill. Double kill.
I'm waiting for it. We saw some really good plays. What?
Oaknag.
That's not a scream. I know why you can't scream though. You're in the facility.
It's nice to be appreciated.
I'm gonna count that. Anyways, like we saw, iShot, I think, honestly, the pharmacy worked really well for them. And had they not swapped, I feel like they probably could have held point 1 a little bit longer. However, the Soldier did secure some really good picks. Mystic Key S Soldier did secure some really good picks there whenever they were playing for Lauderdale. So I'm very curious to see if we're gonna see the pharmacy once more. What do you guys have to say? Again, I'm going to ask you one more time. What do you guys think? Who deserves MVP? Who had some really good plays that you guys want to acknowledge that I can call out? Feel free, comments. I can see the chat. I'd be more than willing to talk about it. As for LC, we do see some really good plays on their side. However, they just don't have the synergy Wilson does. Even though they have 2 subs, Wilson is just able to move as a group, fight as a group, play as a group, and they're just doing everything they can to win this game. And it looks like they have the motivation to take this home. 5-star with the 4K. I believe 5-star really does deserve recognition there as their DPS, as Lauderdale's DPS. The amount of plays that he managed to pull off despite not really having as much support enabling as like iShot or Easton did, he still managed to get quite a few good ults in. 3Ks, 4Ks, 5Ks, you name it, and he had it. And I believe that that's definitely worth the recognition on Lauderdale County side. We also saw some really good plays by, I think it was Crazy, some really good reses by Crazy and Spot. Spot managed to save the point a little bit longer on Wilson. Spot managed to save the point a little bit longer on Wilson, and it just allowed for them to turn the tide of the fight and stall for even longer against Lauderdale. According to Busy, the Widow pressured a lot of sight lines that helped the Pharah play aggressive. Also proved to the enemy he can hit those headshots. I agree. That's what I mentioned earlier. Normally if you're playing in like a Diamond Elo like I am, you don't often see like a Widow and a dive comp just because a lot of people don't really know how to make it work well. However, at least in that Elo, in my Elo. However, Wilson, they knew what they were doing. Easton had those light signs. Light signs? Oh my god, sight lines. Easton had the sight lines. He knew where to look. He was able to secure the picks and clean up the fights that the dives were unable to do. And there was just so much potential for them there. I mean, it allowed Farah to be significantly more aggressive, cleaning up the picks that she failed to get, cleaning up the picks Wiston failed to get, and it definitely deserves recognition for the aim that Easton showed off. I mean, the amount of picks and headshots they got each fight was absolutely insane, especially when there was no ults except for hers thrown into the fight. And again, on the last map, we do have Route 66. Alrighty. And we do have about 30 seconds on the clock before I can see the rosters, so it will be just a moment before I can make any callouts. However, I feel like, once again, with Wilson 1 being on offense, I feel like we may see the dive again with the Pharmacy. This map's really good for Pharmacy. So, I'm very curious to see if we're going to see that one more time. The Winston and the D.Va, those plays absolutely insane. If they do it again, I feel like they have a high chance of winning 4 minutes one more time. And it looks like we are going to have a lever on accident. I think they may have lagged out. So, it's going to be just a moment. Either way, like I was saying, if we see that dive comp again, there's so much potential for Wilson to get that 5 minutes on the clock again. 4 minutes on the clock, however long they had again. However, Lauderdale, they've got to learn to counter Wilson. They've got to learn what counters what they're running. They did swap to the Soldier, which does counter Pharmacy. However, they did have the Hog and Hammond almost the entire time, despite the fact that Hammond gets countered very heavily by Junkrat. And as we saw with iShot on Junkrat, that was definitely the case, as he got trapped nonstop and couldn't really do too much on certain points. Whenever iShot was down, Hyman was working like a charm. He got multiple picks each fight, was doing a lot of damage. However, when Junkrat was up, wasn't much he could do. And it just didn't work in their favor. And it looks like we are going to have the lever back in just a moment. However, again, I'm still... anything you guys are looking forward to seeing in this match? I really want to see that dive comp again, because that's the first time we've seen it this tournament. We've seen some... Actually, really, in honesty, this game is the first game that we've seen a lot of more meta tank comps as well. The last few games we've been seeing, very off-meta tank comps like D.Va Sig and Rissa D.Va and stuff like that. However, this game, we did see the Hog Rhine, the Rhine D.Va, the Winston D.Va. We saw all the mainstays. Your mom 420 is very handsome and great at the game. I've never seen them, but they're pretty good. Now, Hog, on the other hand, Hog is very handsome. Hog is one handsome guy. Especially the clown that we get on week 3. That's a very handsome guy. What are we... It took you a minute to realize what they were talking about there, Thimble, didn't it? Anyways. And it looks like we're going to be getting back to the match. 5 seconds on the clock until we see who's winning who. I feel like Dexter's going to be on that Winston or D.Va again. No, actually, Dexter's on Zarya. Copy's on Winston, or on Reinhardt. Easton and iShot back on their mainstays with the McCree and the Genji. Spots on the Brig. That's something we haven't really seen so far. So I'm very... Oh gosh, we're having the DC again. And Spots for Matt, like I said, is on the Brig again. Or Brig for the first time. I think that's actually the first Brig pick we've seen in the game so far. And Creeper back on the Moira. So they have a very steady, very stable comp. And again, from Lauderdale, if I can not stutter. From Lauderdale, we do see the Orisa Hog one more time. 5 stars on the Junkrat. Misty Key is on the Soldier. And we don't know what Del Sol's on because he keeps lagging out on accident. However, Crazy is going to be on the Mercy, which leads me to believe that Del Sol is probably going to be on Ana or Moira. However, I could be wrong. And comparing these comps, when you look at it, Dexter has so much capability to counter hooks from your mom. Copy Paste has so much potential to push up. However, they do have a lot of shield break on the side of Lauderdale. They have the Junkrat and the Soldier, and that's just going to be probably a really big problem for Copy. However, Dexter's going to be able to have so high charge. And Dexter's going to be able to have so high charge because 5-star and Misty Key if they're not careful. And that's going to be really good for Wilson. However, chances are Lauderdale's watching this and may swap up their comp, so I'm not entirely sure. As for Easton and iShot, they are running the mainstay, like I said. They do counter. They don't really counter anything. However, knowing Easton and iShot, they're gonna make it counter the enemy team. So I'm very curious to see how they're gonna play here. Because this is the same comp we saw last match with Easton and iShot. They were filling in for Wilson 2 as well, and they were playing DPS on the last map as well. And it looks like they're on the same roles here as well 3 times in a row. I love saying that. It looks like something is going on with one of the players, though, so they may have to sub out, actually. It looks like they may have to sub out. I was hoping to get an intermission until 7, hoping this match finished before 7 so we get intermission for a few minutes, but looks like that's not going to happen. Either way, Del Sol is back on. Hopefully their game stops acting up. Anyways. Also, by the way, Thimble, your mic is not muted. So, yeah, just so you know. Anyways, I'm not too sure. Del Sol's game keeps breaking. It looks like they're gonna have to ignore my keyboard clackety clack. Excuse me for that. But having to help them secure this here. They may have to get another person to sub in, because Del Sol's game does not seem to want them to play. It looks like we're going to remain on intermission. If you want to take us back to intermission, Thimble, it'd probably be a good idea. Anyways, it may be just a few minutes. We're waiting on this to get set up. So, honestly, yeah, that'd be a really good idea. Copy Paste said, I wouldn't mind leaving for a 5v5. And it looks like Arcades is actually going to step in here. Arcades is one of the players that's on LC2. He was the Rhine player that we saw on Junkertown, or not Junkertown, against Wilson last game, actually, last week. We saw them play against this exact same team, if I remember correctly. No, they played against Wilson too. So, he's played against Dexter, and he's played against, I believe, iShot before, and Spots for Map before, and Copy Paste before. So I'm very curious to see how this is going to play out. Very curious to see how this is going to play out. Del Sol's game keeps crashing. It looks like we are starting, so hopefully we'll get taken off of intermission here soon. Alrighty, we're going off intermission now. 30 seconds on the clock until the game starts. Again, it looks like... My mic keeps cutting out, I'm so sorry for that. It looks like we're going to see the Hog Orisa again from Lauderdale. And Arcades is actually going to be stuck on Moira this time, which I don't think is a role he's comfortable with, but I'm not too sure. I haven't seen him before play support. He normally plays tank. So, like I did say, we're going to see the Mercy Moira on the side of Lauderdale, and we're going to see the exact same comp for Lexington, or from Wilson that I called out earlier. So, the damage potential here for Dexter, if he gets charged really quickly, is going to be absolutely amazing for them. Easton immediately taking down your mom. They immediately secure that pick. Mercy wanted to go for the res, but fails. iShot pushes in immediately, doing as much damage as he can. Nearly takes out Mercy. Arcades almost goes down as well. Mercy's soldier goes down. iShot doing his best he can. Easton takes them down. Easton doing his best he can, taking down Arcades and Soldier. iShot taking out 5-star. iShot taking out Gaby again. Easton and iShot just rolling as best they can, doing as much damage as they can, putting as much pressure onto them as they can, doing everything to their power to ensure their team can push. Easton aiming for those picks, trying to get that Reinhardt who just charges into the enemy team. Your mom's gonna get scattered here, goes down to Easton, and it looks like Lauderdale's gonna be down a player for this next fight. Easton trying to secure those damage picks, but can't really do too much damage here. He does. I take that back. He secures the kill on 5-star. iShot doing his best to deal damage on them. Easton taking out Gay B. 2 minutes and 50 seconds on the clock, and they're already past gas station. Arcades manages to take out iShot. However, Spots for Matt pulls off that res once again. So much damage going on to him. iShot getting the pick on Arcades. McCree popping his ult as soon as he can, doing as much they can again. Oh my gosh, the amount of synergy we see from this team. Copy paste with 3 picks. Easton a pick. iShot a pick. So much is going on. It's honestly hard to commentate on it. I'm honestly impressed. If only Lauderdale can find their standing here. They just gotta find what works for them. I mean, it looks like they're coming into this trying to be a dive comp, and then they couldn't do dive. It wasn't working. They're trying to do the brawl comp. It wasn't working. And now they swapped the double shield. Hopefully that'll work for them. They do have the Reaper still, and they do have the Soldier still, but they might be better off if they swap to McCree here. If only they could counter iShot a little bit better. Easton does get the kill on the Misty. However, Crazy kills Spots for Matt. We see a Mercy versus Mercy situation there. And it looks like Lauderdale's Mercy did win. Your mom takes out Easton. Easton does take 5-star. It looks like it's going to be down 1, but it looks like Lauderdale is going to be up again thanks to Mercy rezzing. Mercy's putting as much work in as they can to save their team. Your mom trying to do as much damage. Fails to get a good shatter here. Copy paste blocking it. Copy paste also does the exact same thing, ult straight into a shatter. And they're doing everything they can. 5-star securing the pick on Dexter. Arcade is doing as much as they can on point. It looks like it's going to be a pretty even match. It's a 5v5 right now. Both teams' Mercies are down. Easton secures 2 more picks. There's a chance they can push in on this. iShot almost gets out Reaper, but fails to secure the pick. Easton gets down Reaper. iShot gets down Gay B. iShot takes down Gay B. iShot takes down your mom. Again, I don't know what else I can say. They're just doing so much damage, so much work. They're really trying to go plus ultra here. I mean, doing everything they can. I'm going to say that every single time for no reason. It's going to be the only thing I say this entire game. You could probably make a 20-minute queue of me just saying all they can. iShot takes out Arcades, pushing in, securing those picks, preventing them from pushing up, pushes in with the ult, almost secures a Mercy, fails to, then does manage to secure it, tries to get Reaper as best he can, fails to secure it, does take him out without the blade though. Easton takes out Gay B, and here he is, trying to take out Reinhardt as well. Almost causes his Mercy to die, but does manage to kill the soldier. Pushing in, taking out Ana as well, and I think that's going to be all he can get. No, he does go for Mercy as well. iShot absolutely decimating. And it looks like the tanks, their DPS are just holding Wilson's or Lauderdale's spawn. 5-star does hit a good ult, taking out both DPS and Spots for Matt. Arcades takes out Creeper, and it looks like Lauderdale's going to get back on their footing here. However, with 3 minutes and 50 seconds of the clock for Wilson on point 2, there's a chance they could very easily turn the tide here if only they get a really good ult off with Dexter and iShot. They save that ult, grab Dragon, absolutely just going to be massive. Question is, are they going to be able to push off a good grab? Genji's building up his ult. They have almost 3 ults up here compared to Lauderdale, who has almost 5. They did use Orista's ult, so they're going to have 4. They get a really big ult there with Zarya. As I called out, they use grab. Dexter, or iShot, getting 4 kills. Dexter going in, doing his best, taking out 1. They're doing everything they can. iShot securing another team wipe almost. Dexter only managed to get 1 of those. And we do see Wilson, 3 minutes on the clock, taking the first point. Or taking all 3 points.
Complete.
Food?
Score.
I'm casting. Turning. I gotta go.
Switching
Busy.
sides.
Like I said, 3 minutes on the clock. We do see Wilson taking over all 3 points. 3 seconds. Ready till the match starts. And hopefully Lauderdale will learn from their hard comings here and manage to just pick up the slack. I mean, the only thing they're lacking here is just synergy. Whenever they get it, but the second Wilson turns that around and starts getting picks, it's almost like they're just running around like chickens without their heads. I mean, there's not much they can do. They get pick after pick, then get picked after pick. I mean, it's just a constant back and forth struggle for Lauderdale. And once Wilson gets that going, it really gets going. And it looks like there may be a little bit of a problem. Your mom and Arcades do swap rolls here, which I'm not sure is allowed.
Incoming in
I don't know how we want to roll that, considering Del Sol was, since we had technical issues. I don't know how we want to roll that here. I'll leave Thimble. What do you think we should do? Alrighty. Anyways, yeah, so in these, you're not allowed to swap your role mid-match. You can only swap in between maps. So, that is a problem. My question is, should we allow it, since Del Sol was having problems, and they didn't really get to set up for what they wanted? Do you think we should let them, since they were having technical issues in the beginning? In between maps. Alrighty. Alrighty. It looks like we're going to be hopping back into the match. With 2 seconds on the clock, and we're going to be starting. And here we go. I assume they're going to have to fix their roles, so...
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
He didn't swap back.
Stop the payload.
Something tells me he can't swap. Yeah. Well, we'll just have to allow it, I guess. I mean, he's not wrong. Wilson's already won here, but Dexter does take out RKs, and it looks like there's just a little bit too much damage on the Wilson side going for Lauderdale. They take out Crazy as well. Misty's getting very low. Misty goes down. Gaby goes down. Both Your Mom also goes down. 5-star goes down. Again, so much damage just being dished out.
This is my will.
Either way, the Tor pick by iShot here is something we haven't seen him play yet, but it seems to be doing a lot of damage. Dexter does secure a 2k there with his Shatter. iShot hammers Misty, hammers Gaby, hammers RKs, and takes out Crazy with his turret. Absolutely insane.
Team kill.
The Tor pick here seems to be working really well in their favor. I wonder if iShot's only trying to do hammer here. Looks like Lauderdale's doing everything they can, but only so much they can do with kind of getting outplayed by Dexter. Arcades does take out Creeper, 5-star takes out the turret, however iShot does get the hammer off onto Misty. Spots manages to res Creeper, and iShot's he's still in the back trying to get those hammer kills. Arcades gets a really big shatter off on Wilson, however, doesn't manage to secure any kills, gets taken out by Dexter. Easton pulls off an ult, only secures 1 kill, and that's Crazy. And it looks like Wilson gonna secure a 3k here with their ult. Gets 3. Looks like 5-star's ult's gonna go unkilled, or not really unused, kind of wasted. Didn't get any kills with it. Arcane does take out iShot, however, iShot's already doing so much damage, there's not really much of it. Much to do with it. Spots manages to res iShot, so it's still a 6v whatever they have right now on the Wilson side. 6v4, 6v3. iShot's just doing so much work on his side. There's not much really to commentate on. Wilson's just doing a full hold here. The cart's been moved 3 meters in total. 5-star takes out spots for map, but they fail to secure any other picks. iShot flanking, trying to get the hammer kill. Your Mom takes out Creeper. 5-star takes out map. Like I said before, Misty looking for more kills. Fails to secure any, but does so much damage. They do throw a bomb onto point. Fail to secure any picks. They use more. Dexter looking for ult. Manages to secure 3 people in Shatter, but doesn't secure a kill with it. Dexter charges in, trying to take out Misty, messes up. Arcades does get Dexter, and it looks like Lauderdale may be able to push here. Copy gets demeched, and it looks like Copy's probably about to get staggered. Actually, Dexter may get out. Easton takes out 5-star. It looks like Wilson here is just trying to meme around a little bit, running the Symmetra and the Torbjorn. Your Mom finally secures the kill and copy paste. They're up 1. Lauderdale's up 1. However, turrets are doing so much work for Wilson's side. iShot secures another pick. Almost, well, technically it's because of Dexter, but iShot is using his hammer to best his ability. I think he's only hammering besides the turret. Dexter does manage to block ult slightly, dodging Arcade's. Arcade's in their backline, probably about to go down. 5-star here with a potential to get a big ult. Only secures 1, however. iShot does take out 5-star with his hammer. Trying to get their soldier, but fails to secure it, I think. Yeah, he's unable to secure it. He's doing his best. He does end up taking out both Soldier and D.Va. However, Soldier does get rezzed in the long run.
10 seconds remaining.
And it looks like Wilson's gonna have a few ults up here in just a second. If they can hold long enough to get Dexter ult up, they can possibly win this very easily. Spots for my ult. iShot, his ult will be very detrimental in changing this tide of this map. Dexter with another big ult. Cancels out. He doesn't cancel anything. I thought I heard it. But it looks like Wilson is going to take this point. I thought I heard Arcades also ult. Arcades is so close to ult. Can he get it in time? He doesn't. He goes down, and it looks like Wilson is going to take this point. Or this map. And that is another 3-0 on the side of Wilson. Wilson with 2 3-0s in one night. It does feel kind of unfair, because 4 people played on the same team. However, it's just really 2 subs, and they subbed out the same people. So... However, I do think I've got to hand the MVP to iShot there. Just so much damage dealing out. If it wasn't for him, if it wasn't to him, it'd probably end up being Easton or Spots for Matt, because both of them did really good. I can't understate the importance of the support. Honestly, support changed the tide of the fight, and just allowed them to do so well. However, iShot, of course, is the one doing the work, and does manage to secure the kill. And I think with that, we will be going into intermission until the next match starts, and we will be back momentarily. Welcome back, everyone, to the next match. We have LC2 versus Brooks. We have seen LC2 play before. Arcades, Chillfish, Command, Zombie Mario, Void Knight, and TT v Tide. Ironically, their team consisted of a few subs last time. However, since then, they have become the mainstay lineup roster for their team. So I'm very curious to see where this is going to go. They had a lot of synergy last time, and now they're facing Brooks, which we have not seen play yet, and they are playing with the sub as well. So there's a chance that there may be a little bit of a disconnect between Brooks and LC2. I'm very excited to see how they all play, though. And I already know from LC2, we're probably going to see the Brawl comp once again. So we'll see how that runs.
Initiating match.
The first, of course, is being Ilios. Well, once again, with 19 seconds on the clock until the match starts, I don't really know what we're running. However, based on Deadman's health, it is either Hog or Reinhardt, I believe. Conman probably going to run Hanzo. Zombie probably going to run Soldier. So, very familiar picks. 3 minutes on the or 3 seconds on the clock, and let's.
Ready for
Arcades is, in fact, running the Rhine. Chillfish running the Sig. On the other side, we do see Deadman, like I called, running the Hog, and JTC is running Orisa. Hog Orisa is very good on this map, especially compared to Double Shield. So I'm very curious as to see how this is going to play out for them. However, we don't see any DPS on the side of Brooks that can hit afar out of the sky, except for maybe Echo.
4.
And if they don't play that right, Conman and TTV Tide are going to give them a problem. So I'm very curious again to see. It looks like LC2 did take a little bit of notes with the pharmacy play from iShot earlier. So let's see how this hands out for them. Again, immediately we see Conman trying to do as much damage as it can. Mercy is going to be on Echo. Echo's going to be flanking behind them, trying to get the peek on that Pharah before the Pharah can do anything, really. Echo is behind them, tries to take out Lucio. However, fails to secure the kill. Reinhardt charges right into the enemy, fails to secure a pick, and Roadhog is separated from the enemy, or separated from his team. He does manage to take out Zombie, or Alter managed to take out Zombie. However, Conman equals it out with Ernie. Hyde gets the res off on Zombie, and Roach gets the res off on Ernie. Arcades is, of course, being hyper-aggressive, as we've seen with him before. However, with Alter behind him, there's not much he can do. He's getting so much damage taken. Alter does, in fact, take down both Hyde and Arcades. 5-star takes down Fade. Conman really wants to get some picks here, but fails to secure anything too major, and it looks like Lauderdale is going to lose this first point, I think. The only thing standing in their way right now is Conman. However, can Conman get out, or is he going to go down? It looks like he may end up getting out of the fight. Which is... Oh, he actually engaged right back in once his team got there. Which he's 79% to ult. He already almost has his ult. Almost Lauderdale. Almost the entirety of Lauderdale almost has their ult, actually. We see Conman 85, Arcades 44, Chillfish 77. Arcades go down immediately to 5-star. He was trying to be a little bit too aggressive. Chillfish trying to make up for the lack of a tank. Tries to do as much damage as he can. Failing ultimately as he gets pushed by 3 different people. Zombie does manage to secure Deadman. Safe as best he can. Conman secures the kill on Ernie. LC's up 2 here. Even though Arcades is on his way back, they're still up. They're still up 1 even. Roach does get the res off Deadman. They take the point, and they engage the fight on the right side. Arcades finds himself in the middle of the fight. Almost goes down. However, he manages to just barely back out. Chillfish gets a really big ult. Takes down 5-star. Both their tanks going low. However, Deadman gets a really good ult there. Almost manages to secure the kill on Arcades and Chill, but just barely fails to Zombie. And it looks like, again, LC's now getting their footing in the door, and they're doing their best to hold the point. Stop saying doing their best, Dazen. Stop saying that. I'm saying it way too much. Either way, like I said, we see some really good plays by the Hog Orisa, like I thought we would. The Echo, with constantly on the flank, there wasn't much they were doing against her, and just let her have completely free reign. However, we may see a different change here now that they know that she's in the back. Zombie does immediately take down Ernie. Mercy is probably going to go for the res on that. Hog is alone on the left, probably going to go down here. He does, in fact, go down, and they're down 2. Brooks is down 2. Oh, now down 1, because they got the res on Ernie. However, Reinhardt is looking to engage here. He does have ult. He does secure a 4 ult. He takes out 1, takes out 2, takes out 3. And they almost have a team wipe. They take out Orisa. Echo is still on the far right side. Arcade's being as aggressive as he can. And it looks like they're going to have a team wipe. Lauderdale County, again, making that comeback. They went from no percentage to 37 all the way to 87. It looks like we may see, if they can hold here, Conman does go down to 5-star, however, there's a chance that they may not even be able to touch point if LC plays this right. Ernie does pop ult, tries to secure a pick, gets 3 people, and it looks like Brooks is going to make a comeback here. Sig tries to pick an ult, fails to manage to hit anyone except for Hog, and is about to go down and get staggered from his team. And it looks like Lauderdale County is going to lose this point here. Soldier engages a little bit too late, gets taken down by Ernie, and he is now staggered. On the side of Lauderdale, they do have both Conman and Zombie Mario's ult. And on the side of Brooks, they only have one ult, and that is Alter. However, if Alter copies the right person here, they can absolutely turn the tide of the fight. Conman does secure Alter. If Mercy doesn't res that, Mercy can't res that. Arcades takes out Mercy. Ernie's trying to make up for as much damage as he can. Arcades tries to be as aggressive, pushes in, gets 5-star. Chillfish takes out Deadman. Arcades takes out JTC. Zombie using his ult takes out Ernie. And I think that's going to be the end of the fight. Echoes really wanting to get on point. Uses ult last second, but fails to touch point. And it looks like that map's gonna go, or that round's gonna go to LC.
Score
God, I'm stuttering way too much. I'm so sorry for that.
0. Ready for battle.
Your mother would have been proud of you.
Alrighty. The next match, obviously. This one's a little bit better for Brawl than the last one. So we'll probably see LC shine a little bit better here than they did before. And again, LC staying on shield comp, double shield comp. However, they do swap Conman and Zombie Mario. Zombie Mario instead going the Pharah, and Conman instead going Symmetra. As for Wilson, it doesn't look like they're going to swap up too terribly much. Alter instead opts for Soldier over Echo, probably for the Pharmacy. However, they did swap up Pharmacy, and I'm not sure how well that's going to work against this new Pharah. I'm very curious to see. Immediately, Arcade charges in, fails to secure any picks. However, he does separate the team from each other. Hog has a chance to get a really big hook there. He does take out Zombie Mario, so they are down 1, but it equals out by Conman taking out 5-star. Arcade really wants to be aggressive here, but just can't. He's 51 ult already, fastest ult so far. Mercy's also on, Roach is also 50 ult as well. Arcade's doing everything he can to get that ult. And it looks like Deadman's gonna be looking for that hook, fails to secure it, and it looks like it's gonna be down for just a few seconds. LC holding point, and it looks like that's probably all they're going to manage to do. He almost gets hooked, Arcus almost gets hooked, but he manages to block it just last second, but takes so much damage from the left thanks to their Junkrat. 66 to ult. Roach is already to ult, so Wilson already has their ult up. They already have the support ult up, and they can very easily engage on it if they're careful enough. If they group up and push here, they could very, very easily take in. Roadhog does get separated from the enemy, or from the rest of his team. Almost takes out Chillfish. Chillfish soloing him as best he can. And it looks like Reinhardt's getting also separating their Orisa. Mercy, Orisa, or actually half their team is on one side of the map, half their team's on the other side of their map, and there's not much they can do without them being grouped up. Arcade's doing everything he can to just keep pushing. I meant to say Brooks. I keep saying Wilson on accident. I'm sorry. Arcades gets the pick on Deadman. Conman takes out 5-star, and it looks like, again, Brooks is going to be down 2 here, and there's not much they can do. I'm so used to us already having 2 maps of Wilson. I'm used to Wilson 3 now, I guess. So, every time I said Wilson, I meant Brooks. Forgive me for that. I'll do my best to not do that again. Orisa and Mercy are staggered away from their team on Lauderdale's side. Looks like they may end up going down. Somehow, by the graces of God, they managed to get out. Chillfish does take out 5-star, however. Orisa pops ult, and it looks like Brooks is going to be back up, and they can push here. Alter does take out Zombie Mario, but I think that's all that's going to secure. No, I lied. He does take out Chillfish as well. Ernie gets 2 ults with his, or 2 kills with his ult. However, Brooks has to use all their ults here to secure the point. They used Soldier, Junkrat, Orisa, Hog. They used almost every ult they had, except for the support ults. There wasn't much else they could do there. However, on the other side, Lauderdale still has pretty much all their ults. They have Chillfish, Sigma, they have Symmetra, they have Pharah, and Lucio. And they almost have Mercy. They're halfway to it. Arcades could very easily, as we've seen before, get his ult as well. Conman does get booped off. Not much they can do here to push, but they're still going to try. Sig does go in, manages to secure Ernie in his ult, however, fails to get any picks. Ernie is going to be staying up top. Never mind, he drops back down. Chillfish is looking for as much damage as he can do. Fails to secure anything too much. Conman throws in his ult, or Zombie throws in his ult, fails to secure any picks. And Deadman takes out Chillfish, and it looks like Lauderdale is going to lose this fight against Brooks. Roach does manage to get off that res on Ernie as well. There's a lot of downtime here where the team's just kind of staggering in. Pharah is above them, doesn't have their ult though, and it looks like they're going to keep holding on to Sim and Lucio beat. However, Reinhardt almost has his ult up here, and right now, Wilson has no ults. If they push in and they have a well-placed ult here, they can very easily win this fight. They engage on Lucio ult, they're going to push in. Reinhardt only gets one pick, however, that's all they needed. If they can just get Roadhog from getting out, if they can just keep him down, then they can win this. However, they failed to take him out so far. Ernie gets a double kill with his bomb. However, Arcades makes up for it, takes out Arnie, but goes down to Alter. And it looks like Brooks is going to keep winning this fight. Lauderdale really wants to win here. However, Ernie's going to pop in, gets Mercy. Arcades wanting to get those picks, but just can't. He's pushing up as much as he can, doing as much damage as he can, pushing up as much as he can, and just fails to secure anything. Sigma does get a really big ult here. He engaged the last fight with it, and he already has it again. They secure one, but they fail to get anything else. Soldier pops his ult on the side of Brooks. Fails to get any picks so far. However, will we see anything come out of it? We do not. Chillfish ends up taking himself out on accident. Void Knight dies to Alter, and it looks like we're going to see another win, or first win by Brooks. However, I'm not entirely too sure. Fire goes down. It's just Mercy. Mercy goes down. It's left up to Ryan. Ryan got a really big ult, but he gets booped away just in time by their Lucio. Or got booped by someone. I think it was Ernie. And it looks like we're going to have a lever on accident, so we're going to have to fix that up. Oh, I'm talking in game. That's great. I didn't realize I was talking in game. Either way. We did see a comeback there on the side of Brooks. They managed to get the point at 99 and hold it until the end of the game. And so now it's 1-1. Very close game. If Lauderdale can just get back on their feet, they can very easily take this fight. They just got to get... If all they can do is just group up, work as a team, get the picks they need. I mean, that's what they were doing the first point. However, Conman swapped up from Pharah, and now Zombie's on it, and Zombie's not getting too much kills off on anyone here. Not too many picks or anything, and it looks like it's not really going to do too much. It'd probably end up being more beneficial if Zombie went back to Soldier and Conman went to what he's more used to. However, it looks like Conman's trying to be a little bit more versatile than he was before last week. Because last week, I believe he also played Pharah as well. So, I'm very curious to see how this plays out. We have one more map on this map, or one more round on this map until it's over. And I'm very curious. It could go either way right now. It's 1-1. With the picks we're seeing, the Hog Orisa seems to be working very well for Brooks. However, honestly, it feels more like Alti, Ernie, and their support are doing a lot of the carrying in terms of this. Just because the support, Mercy, kept getting off all the reses they needed. Alter and Ernie securing all the kills they needed just to win each fight. Even if they were down 2 or 3, even 4, Ernie kept coming in, Alter kept coming in, and those picks they need to win the fights. Alrighty, and it looks like we're going to be starting back up here any second now. I wonder if there's anyone in the chat. I haven't seen the chat move at all recently.
Score
Oh, I've been drinking non-stop.
2-1.
I'm drinking a bunch of tea right now. My throat hurts so badly from casting 2 matches in a row. What? Trust me, every time you guys do something, I've been doing it, except for Oaknag, because it seems that our caster actually wants us to scream Oaknag, and I can't do that because half my family is asleep. So,
5,
okay, I'll just keep drinking tea then, I guess.
2, 1.
There you go, I hydrated. Hopefully you heard the gulp.
The objective.
And again, we're gonna once again we're gonna see Lauderdale swap up. They went from the Sig to the Zarya, which may end up being a lot better here. There's a lot more broad potential. However, it looks like on the side of Brooks tanks, they're not gonna swap up much. But Alter does swap the Soldier to a Torbjorn. However, they keep the Junkrat. Conman goes back to Mercy. Somebody goes back to Soldier, taking my suggestions it seems. And Lauderdale wants to be aggressive. They take out the turret. Arcades does get the pin on a 5-star. He does everything he can to push in. I need to stop saying that. Deadman is trying to get a pick here. Manages to almost secure Ana, but Ernie comes in, cleans up the kill on Ana, but she gets rezzed by Tide. Wasn't really worth much. Arcades goes down to Alter. However, it looks like the fight is going to be leaning towards the Lauderdale side compared to Brooks. Alter goes down. They need to take out the turret one more time. If they do, then they can win this. It looks like they do win this fight. However, Brooks is coming back very quickly. Lauderdale's down too, so I'm not sure they're going to be able to hold too terribly long. That Torbjorn's flanking on the right, and Arissa's really wanting to push towards the middle, but can't, so she ends up going to the right side. They take out Ana again, and it looks like they're going to take out Zombie as well, thanks to Deadman's hook. Ryan, again, wanting to be as aggressive as he can. Ty manages to res Zombie, but goes down to 5-star. Arcade is getting pinned in the corner by 3 different people. They do take out Deadman and JTC, however, they go down to Junkrat. Mercy gets off the res on JTC, and it looks like Brooks may end up winning this fight here. Farah is still behind, and she almost has ult, if only they can pull it off, but it looks like they're going to go before they can. That turret is proving to be a menace for them. Yeah, you're helping me a lot, Darth Vader. Just so you know. It gives me a reason to drink while I'm casting. My wife keeps laughing at me because apparently it sounds like I'm talking about something that's not safe for school. I'm talking about tea. JGC does take down Tide, and Alter, again, looking for as many picks as he can. He does have a turret that does a lot of damage. Does not secure any picks here. Zombie pushes ult. Arcade's ult. They use 3 different ults here. Lauderdale in the same position that Brooks was last fight. Whereas Brooks used every ult to win the fight last time, and Lauderdale had it left. Looks like Lauderdale's going to use every ult they have this fight, and Brooks still has some left. Brooks has 3 ults up, almost 4, almost 5, whereas Elsie's only going to have Chillfish and Ana up here soon, as well as Mercy. As we see, Lauderdale is playing a little bit more split than they did before. Hog is on the left. They do take out Void Knight, which is going to allow for a really big push here if Mercy can't res that. And Mercy can't overextend. She will go down. But it looks like she may try an ult to push in. Hog is trying to flank around on the left. He may end up securing a kill here. He fails, and so does Ernie's ult. They're popping everything they had, just like Lauderdale did the fight before, and they are securing the picks with it this time. Alter takes down Zombie, JTC takes down Conman, Moira Coalescence trying to take down Arcades, but fails. Chillfish does manage to even it out just a little bit by taking down Deadman, but Mercy is going to go for the res, and it looks like Brooks again is going to win the fight here. Again, this could go either way. Lauderdale, again, is 11% off of winning this map, and if they can get on there and just take it out, they have 2 ults that they need here to win. If they can just combo Arcades and Void Knight, that Ana and that Reinhardt absolutely can decimate if they hit a good ult. The problem is hitting that good ult. If they save Chillfish for Conman's ult, then they can also hit a really good ult as well. Deadman does take out Tide. Lauderdale is down 1, now down 2. Void Knight goes down. They have no supports, and it looks like Chillfish is going to use his ult unnecessarily. Arcades does try to use his as well. They fail to secure anything, and they just use 2 of the most vital ults here to try and win a lost fight. Roach does manage to get off the res on Ernie. Deadman takes out Chillfish. Conman wants to secure his picks, but he doesn't. He just backs out instead. He keeps trying to push in. He's alone, though, compared to the turret. Turret may end up taking him down. Yep, Alter does take out Conman. It seems like Brooks is coming back from this fight. It looked like it was going to be a really big team difference there on the first point. However, it seems to be pretty even for the most part. Chillfish does get hooked by Deadman, but it looks like Chillfish may be able to secure the picks here. Arcade's failing to get anyone with the charge. 5-star takes out Chillfish. Ernie takes out Tide. Arcade takes out both their supports. They can still turn the tide here if they're careful. Alter gets out Arcade. JTC takes out Zombie. And it looks like LC's probably going to lose this map. And I was correct. In the first map, Elios goes to Brooks. Very interesting map we saw. There was a few good swaps, however, nothing too meaningful in terms of the long term of the game. We did see some really good plays, especially by like Arcades, Conman. Who else was on their team? I believe on the enemy team. I don't remember too much of who was on the other team. From Ernie, we saw some really good plays from Ernie. Really good reses from Roach, and some pretty good hooks from Deadman as well. Really nice. Elsie has it in them to win the fights. However, they just failed to play as a team, and I think that was their biggest downfall there. It looks like our next map again is going to be Hollywood. I'm curious if they're going to choose to do Halloween or not. I wonder if they're going to be the outlier and don't do Halloween Hollywood. Either way, we're back on intermission, and I'm curious. I I'm looking for MVPs. So far, I think it's going to probably be RKs on the side of LC, and probably, I'd say maybe not Deadman, maybe Alter on the side of Brooks. Alter or Ernie. The amount of picks they got, flanking potential, everything they were doing, it just worked so well, and they were able to secure all the picks they needed. It looks like they're one player. LC doesn't want Halloween Hollywood, and Brooks does, and it looks like we may not actually see Halloween Hollywood. I'm gonna actually vote no for Halloween. I'm kind of curious. I want to see a regular Hollywood game. Oh, it was Tails. Looks like we won that. So next map is going to be the regular Hollywood, opposed to the Halloween one. So I'm very curious to see what team comp they're going to run here. On attack, again, as we saw last game, Dive in the Pharmacy works really well. However, with Lauderdale County on Dive, or with Lauderdale County being on whenever they attack and there being a Brawl comp, chances are probably going to run Brawl. On defense, they're probably going to run double shield tank. So it looks like we're going to be on regular Hollywood with LC2 and Brooks 1. And like I said, on defense for LC1, we're either going to see like a Ryan and a good off-tank like Zarya or Hog, or we're going to see double shield, which is what they're more used to. And I feel like, again, for Brooks, for Brooks, we're going to see Orisa Hog again, because it seems like that's their main comp. So I'm pretty curious. With 20 seconds on the clock, we'll see in just a second. Do you guys have your eyes on anyone so far? I'm very curious. Anyone for MVP, maybe? Any specific plays? Anything? Very curious to hear what you guys think.
Ready for battle.
And on the side of Lauderdale, it looks like we are going to see, like I thought, we're going to see the double shield. We're going to see Conman on Bastion, which may work very well considering how good they run double shield. The only problem is, right now, double shield's not too meta, especially if they have good shield tank. However, on this map, if Brooks is going to run the same comp they ran before with the Hog and the Orisa, Bastion has so much potential to do so much damage and just make so much pressure on the enemy team. And so, if they set up properly and play their cards right, we may actually see a full hold here on the side of Lauderdale. And the question is, will they play their cards right?
5, 4,
And again, for their supports, we do see Void Knight on the Lucio and Tide on the Mercy. It probably would have been better to have a Bap Ana or a Bap Mercy, but, you know, either way, I'm sure they can make it work. And on the side of Brooks, we have Alter and Ernie on Tracer and Junkrat, which isn't too big of a swap from what they had before, and Roach and 5-star on the Mercy and Moira, which I believe is exactly what they had before. It looks like Brooks really wants to go up top, and they're doing everything they can to go up top. However, Ernie is attacking, or Alter is attacking from the front. He is going around, probably going to try and flank. Arcades wants to, again, be aggressive. That's Arcade's #1 thing, is being aggressive. He gets hooked by Deadman into the middle of their team. Almost fails to get out. He's getting so much damage taken onto him, and he does go down thanks to Ernie. And it looks like Tide doesn't get the res off. He gets hooked just in time by Deadman, and Tide may end up going down here. There's not much Lauderdale can do. Brooks is doing everything Brooks is being as aggressive as possible. Jumpish goes down, Void Knight goes down, and it looks like Brooks is going to win this fight. I'm very curious. Tide goes down to Ernie, and there is still someone in their back line. Bastion's still in the back line of Brooks. However, he does go down to Deadman and Alter.
You got a lot to learn.
LC's fighting to their heart's content, trying to bring this back, but they do fail to secure any meaningful kills or mini picks at all. JDC takes down Zombie, Chillfish takes down Roach, Deadman takes out Void, and it looks like, again, Brooks is going to cap this point.
lost. You should be stop the payload.
A great sponsor? I'm not a sponsor. I'm very confused. What do you mean, a caster? I'm confused. Or maybe I'm sponsoring you by giving you a lot of input. Alter with the stick onto Conman, taking him out immediately. Tide does manage to pull off the res. Hog is 1v1ing Shieldfish over on the far right. They'll secure the pick so far, but his team's coming to back him up, and it looks like Chill may end up going down here. Conman takes out JTC and Alter, which gives Lauderdale the chance to actually re-engage Brooks. However, Ernie's looking for picks up top right. Deadman tries to get the hook, fails to get anything meaningful with it, goes on to Conman. Conman gets taken out by Ernie, and so does Tide. It looks like Ernie really wants to engage here, but he's probably going to end up going down. They do manage to secure the pick onto Ernie. And as I said before, Arcade's #1 thing is being as aggressive as possible. He wants to get in there, he wants to swing his hammer, he wants to get those picks. And the more and more and more that he does it, the more they do it. That was going somewhere, I swear. Either way, Arcade, as I said, gets another big shatter, takes out 2, or gets down 2, but fails to secure any picks there, which means they're now down at ult. Lauderdale does have 3 ults up. They're using Tide right now. Bastion pops his. And it looks like Alter's going to go behind them, probably to get his ult off. They're going to try and take out Zenyatta. Bastion wants to get some picks here, fails to get any picks. Alter does take out 2 with a stick on Zombie Mario and Tide, taking both out, gets behind them, and LC's down 2 here. Conman does manage to take out Deadman, but it looks like Alter's probably going to take out Bastion. 5-star takes out Arcades, and Alter really is trying to take out Bastion as best he can. However, it looks like Conman's probably going to manage to get out. Never mind, I take that back. He does go down to Alter and Ernie, and it looks like they're just going to clean up LC here. LC is on their way back, but nothing too meaningful. Conman, or Zombie Mario does get Ernie. Zombie Mario also gets JTC. Conman takes out Alter. And it looks like they may actually be able to hold here somehow. They got back just in time. With Reinhardt on his way, it looks like LC will be able to hold. Alrighty, and surprisingly enough, LC did manage to hold that. 38 seconds on the clock, and they're just over a quarter of the way to the next point. Can Brooks manage to get in here and take this over? They don't have any ults readily available, however, Ernie's is almost up. LC only has Void and Zombie, with Conman almost to it as well. So, they're almost at the same ult economy. Very curious. Brooks is looking to flank, however, I'm not sure it's going to be able to be too fruitful because they know that's a really good setup for Conman. However, that ult is probably going to secure more than 1. It secures 3 picks. Ernie gets a 3k on a Conman and both the supports for LC, and it looks like they're probably going to go down. Alter takes out Arcades. Soldier does everything he can to stay alive, how he's about to go down as well. And it looks like Chillfish, stuck in a 2v1 against Hog and Alter, is also going to go down, and it's a team wipe for Lauderdale. Looks like Brooks does manage to push the point a little bit further with 1 minute and 40 seconds on the clock. Alrighty. They're wanting to re-engage. Zen does get hooked by Deadman, however, Zombie managed to clean it up with Alter. However, Alter with another stick, another duo kill, preventing Lauderdale from doing too much of anything here. Ernie looking for the picks again, trying to be as aggressive with flanks. Soldier does manage to get behind them, however, I think he's going to fail to secure any kind of picks. He's doing his best, however, he is going to fail to get any picks. Chillfish just take out 5-star, Ernie takes out Arcade, Chillfish again taking out Roach, and it looks like Chillfish is doing everything he can to get picks here. If I can speak, I'm trying not to say the same thing over and over again. Deadman does go behind Conman, but does almost get taken out. And it looks like it's going to be an almost team wipe on the side of Lauderdale, taking out Wilson. Try not to say the same phrases over and over. Or Brooks, sorry. I'm so used to saying Wilson now. I've had to say it 2 games in a row. Number one thing, I'm trying not to say the same thing over and over again, because I keep saying the same phrases, and it's getting really repetitive, as you can see, how I keep saying Wilson instead of Brooks. Brooks. And my wife is commenting as well about it. It looks like Brooks is going to be taking the high ground here as well. I keep wanting to call Lauderdale Lexington, though, so I can't really complain. Alter is going to try and flank here to get these picks as much as he can, but I don't think he's going to be able to get anything before the entire Lauderdale team turns on him. Brooks does secure a pick by Deadman onto Void Knight, also getting chill by thanks to 5-star. Tide does manage to run his Void Knight, but it looks like it's going to be a little bit too late, because most of Lauderdale already has gone down to Brooks. However, Arcades with another big shatter onto 4 of them. He does take out Deadman. Ernie managed to kill Zombie Mario. However, Void Knight pops Transistence, and it seems like Arcades may actually be able to do even more here. If only they can get the picks. They did get Ernie. Now all they have to do is get Alter. Mercy goes down on thanks to 5-star, however. JC gets Void Knight, and it looks like they may not be able to win this unless Conman can come back and get all that damage off. All there is more on the point. All they gotta do is hold Orisa now. Orisa's the only one left. Can they do it? Hog is trying to come back, and it looks like Lauderdale is going to prevent Brooks from making that second point with on the chart. I mean, there's not much else they can do. All else he has to do is cap and nearly make the second point, and they can win this fight. They can bring it back, and it's going to be a tie. At least until the third map. We do see win on the map for Brooks as well. So hopefully, we can maybe even this out a little bit. I guess we'll see here. We did see some really good plays from Arcades. Again, as I had said before, his Reinhardt, the amount of ults he gets, absolutely insane. However, I honestly think Chillfish deserves a little bit of recognition there. The amount of ults he got, the picks he got, the damage he did, it's the same kind of thing we saw with Sig a few games ago, where he's playing Sig and D.Va. Just, he knew when to use it. He was getting damage off. Even if he wasn't securing picks, he was doing all the damage he needed. And it was just working so well. And we are going to see the Sombra on Conman, from Conman.
Do you want a bandage for that?
On the side of Brooks, we're going to see the same thing from Deadman and JTC. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's working pretty well. The Bastion from Alter, and we're going to see Torbjorn from Ernie. Last time Torbjorn, he was pretty much only aiming for hammer kills. So I'm very curious as to what we're going to see here.
2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend.
It looks like Roach, 5-star is going to swap from Moira to Bap, and Roach is going to keep running that Mercy. Tide's running Mercy again, Void Knight's still running that Zenyatta, and can Elsie push? It looks like they are going to play their comp based on the Bastion up top. They have Bastion and Torb turret up top right, and there's not much that they can do. Ryan's thinking about going behind, and it looks like that's what Arcades is going to try to do. However, I don't think it's going to be too eventful here, because he left his team behind. All they've got to do is protect those two turrets, and there's just an infinite amount of damage that they can deal there. If they didn't have the Hog and they had like a Reinhardt or a Sig, they would have had even more potential to do a lot of damage with the with the Bastion. But it looks like they are going to drop down. Bastion almost goes down. They're trying to take Bastion out as quickly as possible. However, he seems to know how to play. Zombie does get turret down, does get more down. Sig sneaks up behind Alter, trying to take him down as best he can. Just to get the kill though. And it looks like they're not going to get, Lauderdale's not going to get any picks here so far. It's going to go fairly unnoticed. Alter tries to get picks, does his best, gets knocked out of turret form thanks to Chill. Void does take out Dead, Chill takes out Alter. However, it's a very even fight on both. It's a 5v5, 4v4. However, Brooks just keeps getting even more picks onto Lauderdale, and there's not much they can do. Arcade's trying to be as aggressive as he can. Chillfish flanking at pretty much every single fight now, and doing so much damage, however, not able to secure any picks. Arcade's just charged in, however, it fails to secure any charge, and he connects there. And he's probably about to go down here. He's very low. Can he get out? Can his support save him? Looks like they may just well. He does manage to save his Mercy, and Chill does get the kill onto Deadman. Void Knight using his ult perfectly. Chillfish takes down Roach. All they have to do is get that Bastion down. They can win. The Mercy gets the Bastion, and we see the Torbjorn doing his best to hold the point along with the Orisa and the Bap. They fail to do anything. Orisa uses ult, however, it doesn't seem like it's going to be fruitful whatsoever as they get taken down. And it looks like they're going to, Lauderdale's going to wipe up this point here. Gosh. That's a lot of words.
Objective A.
I'm still hydrating, but I'm out of tea now, by the way. I've got to go for my wife's. With 4 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock, LC does manage to cap the first point. So they have 4 minutes to push this. I'm very curious how they're going to do it. It looks like Bastion is going to set up in the top left corner. Ryan's being as attentive as he can. He has to keep his shield from breaking. Hog does stick behind them in a 1v1 against Chill once again. However, it looks like it's going to be with Sombra as well. Sombra wants to cancel. Hog cannot heal, and they're going to be targeting him, trying to take him down, but they fail to secure any picks so far. Hog pops his ult, trying to get everyone off him. Arcades does get the kill on a 5-star. Roach reses Ernie. Alder does take out Void Knight. However, there's not much they can do. Arcades really wants to get these picks here onto Hog and everyone else, but fails to secure anything too useful. Hog manages to get behind them, takes out Mercy. Arcades does take out Ernie, however, so it's a one-for-one situation, and they really are trying to push here. However, they just cannot deal with the amount of damage they're getting from Alter. Zombie does manage to take out Alter. Conman hits a big ult off to both Mercy and Hog, preventing Mercy from rezzing too soon. However, ult's right in front of Pharah, or Rez is right in front of Pharah. She's one hit. Can Pharah take out Alter one more time? She cannot. Alter takes down Zombie Mario once again. Conman takes out Deadman, and it looks like we're just going to keep seeing a kill trade by both teams. Tide does res Void Knight, which means Lauderdale is still up 2 compared to Brooks, and there's a very high chance they could easily win this fight. All they've got to do is take care of both their supports and just keep pushing the point. 3 minutes on the clock, and they're already halfway through. They take down Roach and 5-star. Both supports are staggered. Ernie is low. Can they secure the kill onto Ernie? If they can, then they have all the right to keep pushing here. Deadman trying to get that hook, but fails. Arcades does take out Ernie with his Fire Strike. Arcades wanting to be aggressive again, pushing over to the right onto their tanks. Swinging his hammer as much as he can. He hits another 2K. Sig combos with it, takes out one. Arcade takes out JT, wanting to kill the Reaper. Going for the Reaper as best he can. They're trying to take out point. Alter does manage to take out Arcades. However, I think this is going to be a win on the side of Brooks. Deadman does use ult to get them off of point, and it looks like it's going to be a hole. Void Knight does use his ult there, kind of meaninglessly. Either way, if it prevents people from passing, you know, that works. Arnie may get a really big ult here, only secures 2, so it'd probably be better if Lauderdale backed up, and it looks like they're just going to keep ult trading. Zombie manages to secure 1, Tide reses Chill, and there's still a chance they can win. Orisa uses ult, but it doesn't like it's going to be too much because there's double shields in their way. Alder takes down Tide, Mercy tries to res, Chill fails to prevent the res, however, he does take down Mercy. Zin gets taken by Alter, but Zombie gets JTC. There's not much they can do, it's a 4v4 situation. Can they win this fight here? Alter doing his best to get those picks onto Chill, fails to get anything until later. However, 5-star with the bubble does manage to secure it. Conman takes out Alter. However, can they push? He hacks Ernie. Not much they can do into pushing. He wants to keep peeking Ernie, but there's just so much damage being dealt on him, there's not much they can do. Zombie Mario still flanking, trying to get those picks, failing, but still doing so much damage. It's insane. Oh my. Orisa is alone on the left side, and I'm curious if they're going to be able to secure that pick. Deadman does get an amazing hook off of amazing hook off onto Zombie. Reaper does TP up top. Alter has his ult, looking for one that's going to at least secure a few more kills than last time. Hopefully, probably to replicate the 6K we saw earlier. Sombra gets a really big ult, preventing Reaper from doing anything for a few seconds. He comes in and secures a 3K. Sig does pop his ult. Reinhardt fails to secure anything, and it looks like LC is going to be going down. With only 1 minute on the clock, can they back up and regroup to actually cap this point? They have no ults here whatsoever. They've used 4. And Brooks, honestly, they have 2 coming up. They have Hog coming up. All they have to have is save Hog ult for this next fight, and they can very easily turn the tide if he doesn't get hacked. Zombie does get staggered. Tide reses Jillfish. They're engaging not as a team anymore, and it's causing them to constantly go down. Alter is behind them. He's going to take out Zenyatta. He doesn't take out Zenyatta. Chillfish tries to turn around on him, and like I said before, Deadman tries to push him with his ult. Does his best to push them off the point, and he does exactly what I thought he did. He pushes them off the point and negates a little bit more time they could do. Arcades wants to be aggressive once more, pushes in, using his hammer as much as he can. Roach trying to stay alive, being targeted as heavily as they can. Ernie does get off on the right, takes out Conman. Alter takes out Arcades, and it looks like this may end up being a win towards Brooks' side. However, Mercy does get the res off Arcades. If Arcades can only build his ult fast enough, it's only at 35, so there's not much they can do. Alter takes out Tide, JDC takes out Chill, Alter takes out Arcades, and there's not much they can do here. Zombie gets a kill on a Deadman. However, that's nothing anymore, sadly. And it looks like LC is going to lose this map.
Guess they haven't had enough.
Zombie, Conman does manage to touch the point in time. However, can he stall before? It doesn't seem like it. Conman does go down, but his team is getting back. However, Alter comes in with ult, and it looks like they aren't going to be able to do anything. Victory. So it looks like this map is going to, in fact, go to Lauderdale. Brooks. There's again, there were so many good plays I could call out here, but I still think my MVP of the match stays as to what it was. Conman did do quite a bit as Sombra pick, and I was very surprised to see the Sombra pick here. There's not much really it could do. However, Ernie, again, for Brooks' side, Ernie and Alter kind of doing as much as they can to do out as much damage as possible in short amounts of time. Ernie always securing the kills that no one else can, and there's not much else they can do other than wipe up for everyone else, and he's doing just that. And it looks like we're gonna be going 3 with 2 wins to Brooks and 0 wins to LC. Can they bring back this last map? It won't change the tide of anything. However, it will give them a little bit of a morale boost, most likely, if they manage to win it. Brooks' synergy just seems to be a little bit more there than LC's is. And we're about to see if there's going to be any role swaps as well. Ernie and Khan. Is that for your MVP, you think? Because I do kind of agree with you on that. Ernie, his Junkrat was securing so many picks. His ults were always usually massive or secured at least something that changed the tide of the fight. And Conman, I mean, there was so much he was doing as Bastion. He was taking out picks, and every time he got rezzed, he managed to make the best of it by getting 2 picks per res. And every time it made him that much more valuable. And looks like we are about to be going straight into the match. If you don't mind, I need 5 for 1 if we could hop to intermission for just a second. It won't be 5 minutes. It'll just be just a second. So we'll be right back, guys. We'll be on intermission for just a minute. Alrighty, we are back, guys. We do have some slight problems. So we're having to get one more player back in the map. So, however, like I said last a few minutes ago, we did see some really good plays from both sides. Even if LC failed to secure that point and did lose to Brooks, that was a very close game. And we've seen this entire time that LC and Brooks are very evenly matched. This could have gone either way on both maps. I mean, LC got it to 99 on all 3 maps except for... actually, no, I think they got it to all 3 maps, got to 99. However, they lost it, and Brooks managed to hold it that entire time. And it worked in Brooks' favor almost every fight. And even then, we saw the same thing. LC had 4 minutes on the clock, and they were right at the end. However, Brooks got their footing on the ground, and they held it. They did everything they could to hold their ground, and they did. I mean, that's really much to it. And I think right now, Conman and Ernie are definitely my MVPs of the match. So I'm very curious. See if that could change. Well, maybe not. I think RK's maybe my MVP here. RK's and Conman are very, very kind of side by side for that. Great commentary. You know, I wouldn't put it past you to make that sarcasm, because I really don't think it's great commentary. But either way, RK's, I mean, we saw last game, there were some really good plays. RK's, he got multiple really big shatters, and that was the same kind of case that we saw with Fortified as well. Tonight. Just like we saw day 1, we had a lot of good Widows and a lot of good McCrees. Just like that day, we see a lot of good, very consistent players here in today's matches. We have really good Rhines, really good McCrees, really good just pretty much everything. And it's just, it allows for so much diversity in terms of each game, because some of the teams like Deadman and JTC, they've only played Hog and Orisa so far. Or Arcays and Chillfish, they were swapping constantly. I mean, they did mostly stay on Rhine and Sig. However, they did end up swapping every now and then to Zarya and Hog. And I think they played D.Va once as well, but I could be wrong. But, honestly, RK I do kind of agree with that. He was able to turn the tide of the fight for every team fight that they had, that he got his ult. However, Conman was a little bit more consistent when it came to turning the team fight. I appreciate the compliments. I really do. I thought I've been doing pretty bad. But either way, seconds on the clock and see what everyone's running. Alrighty. LC actually is going to swap it up a little bit. They normally do run double shield. However, this time they're running Rhine and Orisa versus the Rhine and Sig. And that's probably because on Torbjorn and Zombie on Bastion on defense. And on Route 66, that could go one way or the other. That could either be the best decision of their lives or the worst. It just depends on how they play. If they play around those two, then they could very easily win this. However, if they don't, chances are they're probably going to lose first point pretty quickly. On the other side, with Brooks, we see Deadman and JTC on the same comp that we've seen every time, Hog and Orisa. Works for him. No need to swap it if it ain't broken. And Alter and Ernie. Ernie, again, on the Junkrat. However, Alter's swapping it up one more time with the Ashe. Again, pulling out surprise picks here. But with the double shield, I'm not sure Ashe is going to be the pick here. And it looks like they are going to set up top. LC is going to set up top, and they're wanting to hold as they can. RK's flanking, nearly takes down Roadhog, gets hooked, about to go down himself, goes down, and LC's already down one. And like I said before, if they don't play around the Bastion and the Torbjorn, then they're going to lose. And it looks like chances are that's what's going to happen. Hog tries to land the hook on Zombie Mario, but fails. Orisa's doing their best to body block everything. Zombie does take down Dead and 5-star. Conman's turret does go down to Ernie. However, Ernie goes down to Zombie Mario, and there's not much they can do here to push. However, Roach does get the res off on 5-star, and it looks like Brooks is setting up for another engagement, but can't. Can Reinhardt get back in time? He's on gas station. Orisa's trying to body block, trying to put their shield there, do everything they can to keep Bastion and Torb's turrets up. Torb's turret does get JTC. Brooks does not have res on Brooks' side, and there's not much they can do. Arcade's holding down bottom so they can hold the point with Void Knight as well. Ernie trying to hide and trying to get those picks off Bastion. Bastion goes back, hides a little bit. Chillfish is not putting back down shield though, which may be bad because it looks like they're going to take down one. Yeah, Chillfish does go into Alter. However, Arcade's evens the playing field by taking out 5-star, and Zombie does take out Roach. And it looks like LC is again going to be back up 1, and Brooks is down 2. Zombie Mario getting punched all over the place. That is really big on the side of Brooks. Alter managed to secure the kill on Tide, which means they're probably going to be able to engage because they no longer have any kind of res. Arcade is overextended just a little bit, and the only heal that he has is Lucio. And Lucio's doing everything he can to actually enable Arcade. However, he gets hooked and goes down to Deadman. However, Arcade's managed to even the fight by taking out Deadman. Zombie takes out JTC, and it looks like Lauderdale's going to prevent another push. However, Ernie's coming in with that, and is going to take out Bastion here in 3, 2, 1. He gets both Bastion and Torbjorn going straight down. Conman does secure the pick on Roach. However, it looks like they're going to be able to engage here. Chillfish gets Ernie, Arcades gets Alter, and they really are trying to hold. Do their best here to hold. I'm not sure they're going to be able to do much more. There's only so much 2 tanks can do. Deadman overextends, almost gets the pick off Lucio, but fails. Arcades accidentally charges in a little bit too far. They use beat so they can actually engage here. They get the res. It's a 6v6 scenario once more. Arcades after kicking out Lucio, he almost gets JTC. Chillfish does manage to secure the kill on JTC. Ernie takes out Bongo. However, it doesn't really matter because they're down 2 anyways. Can they take out Bob in time before it can do anything? 5-star, use Coalescence, fails to secure any picks here. And it looks like Junkrat and Roadhog are both going to be flanking from behind. Reinhardt holding point, trying to prevent Bob from doing any damage. He does. Bastion putting that point, putting more pressure onto point from the front. Arcades shielding them as best he can. Not much that more he can do here with what they're running. Arcades does secure the pick off on Ernie. However, Alter takes down both Tide and Arcades. Deadman throws in all, gets Bastion off the map. However, he gets booped himself. Manages to save himself from getting booped off the map. Zombie takes out, Deadman takes out Zombie and Void Knight. And it looks like Brooks here is going to be able to make a little bit more of a heavy push. Alrighty. Conman does manage to get the pick on Alter, but I'm not sure if they're going to be able to do much with it. Roach gets Chillfish, and it looks like Brooks is going to continue pushing. Bastion does pop it all. Arcades gets Roach. Can they do anything with this? And Zombie Mario turn this around and get the picks that they need. If they can get one more kill, they may be able to hold this for another 15 seconds. All they need to do is take out Deadman, and it looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. He does go down. Zombie Mario takes out Deadman. Ernie's trying to flank. He uses ult. If they don't group up, they don't separate, they're going to get a 3K. However, Conman manages to take it out thanks to his turret and Bastion and Orisa. Lucio does use his ult. Both Lucios use their ult. Conman takes out Ernie. Alter takes out Zombie. Can they get a res? Arcades with another big ult off on Alter and 5-star. Zombie takes out JTC, and there's Bob on the point. However, I'm not sure he's going to do too much. Torbjorn does his best to prevent as much damage as he can take, or as much damage as he can prevent. Deadman does get the charge off on Arcades, takes him out, but there's not much they can do. Zombie takes out Alter, Conman takes down 5-star, and it looks like this may be a full hold by LC here on point 1 of Route 66.
Round 1 complete. Score 0-0.
We saw some really good plays from both teams there. However, we see a really big flip around here on LC's side. They learned what to do. They tried everything they can, and they did do a little bit of a cheese comp there. However, it worked in their favor. They ran the Torbjorn and the Bastion with the double shield, and he's just aggressive enough to allow that. He can play on cart with everyone else above him, and they basically just have a bunch of rapid fire down onto the point, and there's really nothing that Brooks could do about it.
Ready for battle.
Alrighty. And now we have the players on the board, and it looks like Arcades and Chillfish again are going to run Reinhardt and Orisa. A big swap from Torbjorn over to Tracer and then to Symmetra. Chillfish swaps up to Hammond. So I'm very curious to see how this is going to go out here. Are they going to run a dive comp? Because they're trying. Zombie on the Mei, maybe a really good pick. It looks like both teams are actually going to have a Mei. The Mei Torbjorn on both sides could be really big here. It looks like Brooks is actually going to try and copy a little bit of what Lauderdale did with the Torbjorn and the Orisa. And it looks like they're probably going to set up in the same place as well. However, can the dive comp by Lauderdale cancel out Brooks' stall comp? Mei wastes her wall trying to hold them in spawn a little bit longer. However, it doesn't really matter. They don't have the wall now to engage with or to use ults to take kills with. Deadman goes almost off the map. Deadman's by himself. Can they secure the kill? Mei does use the wall, and Mei goes off the map. Zombie accidentally jumps off the map there. They're trying again. Lauderdale's trying to secure kills and target. However, they're failing due to the enemy team just having so much damage output here. Torbjorn turret plus Torbjorn. Just, they're able to cancel out anything they can. If they get line of sights with that without actually bothering to target it, there's not much Lauderdale can do. Ball really wants to take down Ernie. Fails and tries to get out. Looks like Brooks is going to take down 4 of them. And almost gets Chillfish as well. However, it looks like Chillfish may end up getting out of here. Only if Deadman really wants to try and take out Chill. Deadman's already 79% to ult, whereas LC doesn't have any ults up yet. They did make a few swaps, however. So that's part of the reason. Deadman takes out Void Knight. However, Conman takes out JTC. It's a very even fight. However, one's down to support, one's down to tank. Deadman takes out Arcades, and it looks like LC may not be able to push here. Zombie does manage to get 5-star. Deadman gets tied, and it looks like LC is going to be down. Deadman fluffs ult just a little bit there, failing to get any picks there. And Alter takes out Zombie Mario, which is kind of impressive. He does manage to res Mario. However, I'm not sure it's going to be too useful because Ernie gets Conman. However, Chillfish does get Ernie. Deadman pins onto Arcades, however he's in the back line. He does go down. Zombie takes out Alter. And Chillfish really want to take out the Zenyatta, but he failed his crash on just a little bit. He's going to push in, pushes Zenyatta, tries to kill the Zenyatta, but I feel like he's going to fail here. I was correct. Zen does manage to get out. He uses Coalescence, using it to take care of ults. I've actually never seen that before, funny enough. Ernie's using his ult as well. Torbjorn popping it to try and hold the point as much as they can. Take down Void Knight, however, Arcades takes out 5-star. Looks like Mercy's gonna get the res off on Void Knight. It looks like LC is back into a 6v6 situation. Never mind, both Arcade and Tide go down. As I said, that Deadman coming in, taking out 4 of their team before going down himself to Conman. Can Conman solo-handedly win this by taking out JTC? If he can, then they can just keep pushing and hopefully, possibly get the point. Conman, JTC does use his ult, however, it's fruitless as he gets taken down, and so does Bongo there. Get the mate. Conman gets very low. If only he can back out and get some healing, and he does, in fact. Chillfish tries to take out and do as much damage as he can. Fails to get any picks. However, he is distracting their team quite a lot. May backs up. Ryan has ult here, and we could see a very big ult on the side of Brooks, which could easily win the fight for them here. Arcades gets all canceled by Deadman. May pushes in ult. Deadman takes out Tide and Arcades before LC has to back up with only 1 minute on the clock. Conman uses ult but gets shattered, solo shattered by it. That's 1 ult down for both sides. Zombie Mario has his ult up here. However, can he do anything with it?
Hanging there.
No ults are up except for Zombie Mario.
Hanging there. Hanging there.
Hang in there, May says.
Let me at them.
Alrighty, and it looks like Lauderdale is trying to regroup. JTC is separated from his team. If they can get him taken down, then they can very easily win this. Car fails to secure any kills with their ult. Almost goes down to Torb, but manages to get out. Showfish takes down JTC as I expected. Arcades gets 5-star and Deadman. Common takes out Ernie, and it looks like we may actually see a win on the side of Lauderdale. Can they get Alter in time? Alter is on point. If they can just get him, they can actually win this point really easily here. And they do. With 13 seconds of the clock, LC will take the final map, Route 66, by 1.
Victory.
With 2 maps under Brooks' wings, it could have gone either way. Lauderdale County won, and Brooks proved to be very similar teams in terms of their power, in terms of their raw, their talent here. There are so many things they could have done, so many comps they could have ran, and yet they ran what they did, and it worked so well. If they had made 1 wrong pick, they could have very easily lost, and if Lauderdale had made 1 right pick or swapped something a little bit faster, maybe they could have won those first 2 maps, and maybe it would have been a little bit different. However, as it is, I think the MVP of that match, for me, Deadman proved himself. He really did. He brought it around, and he changed the tide of who was MVP, and he proved to me that he probably deserved it. And that is going to be all for this match. I think we should have 1 more. However, having a little bit of technical issues, so that match may be canceled. Stick around, and I will be right back after a brief intermission to let you guys know if we will be back for the last match or not. Alrighty, we are back. And it looks like both teams are going to be down one player. So we're going to have to cancel this next match. It is the losers bracket, so it's going to be. It would determine if they got to go back into the main bracket, I believe. However, or the winner of the losers bracket. However, they're both down a player, and it looks like that's going to have to be a cancel for the night. So I wanted to thank our sponsors. You can see them flashing on the screen now for everything they do for us. They support us and allow us to keep streaming as much as possible, just as much as you guys do. And I hope you guys enjoy the matches tonight. It really does mean a lot to us that you guys are all showing your support and love for what we're trying to do here at UNA Gaming, and to allow for you Lauderdale County kids to have the introduction to competitive esports. But your patience and support really does mean a lot to us, and we thank you guys for this opportunity you're giving us. And again, thank you to our supports for everything you guys do. We had some really good matches tonight, and we'll have more matches for you tomorrow. We'll have to reschedule the one that was not able to play tonight. But other than that, I hope you all have a great night. And this is Azen with UNA Gaming. And until we meet again, I'm signing out. So.